All right, all right. That third quarter has started to the continuation of the Clippers getting their ass kicked. So we got San Antonio, boom, nice drive, kicking it back out. Here go Castle, boom, drew behind the back. Good defense. Thought he left his feet. Kicking out to Wemby. Wemby about a foot ahead of the three-point line. What's up? Okay, he didn't get the ball off in time. So didn't get the ball off in time, 24-second clock violation. So let me see. No wonder why Castle kicked that out. He lost the ball. So there we go. So still kicking the Clippers' ass. Turnover, 24-second clock violation. Let's see. What we calling? Are we calling a foul? What's this? So let me see. Here go Collins in here tripping once again. He need to wash his mouth out. He ended up getting the tech, talking ill shit to the damn referees because they start getting their ass kicked. So let's see. He got his finger jammed. Here's Collins. So Clippers looking like straight garbage. So Deuce time went quiet on me. Deuce times, as soon as the Clippers is up by all these points, he like, yeah. Now what's up? You see what's happening? I said, man, look, it's your team a first quarter team. Your team a first quarter team. They're going off brick by the Clippers. Wemby take it up, cross through the legs, fire it up. Boom. Is that a three-point shot? Is he getting three? Or was that on the ground? Let's see. Or that was on the ground. Or is Wemby going to free throw for three? Is Wemby shooting three? Nope. Okay, they called that foul on the ground. So, yeah, Deuce is talking shit. He went quiet as a motherfucker as soon as the goddamn Spurs made that run on their ass. Here we go. That's Fox driving. Bow. They should have called a foul. So, there we go. 68-52. 16-point lead here by San Antonio. Fox first step is a killer. So, here go the dude stepping in for fucking Kawhi. Nasty three. Almost airball that shit. Wemby with the rebound. Here go Wemby taking it up, cross the half-court line. Wemby at the top of the three, crossing, boom, boom, spin, fade away. Okay, air ball, rebound by the Spurs. Taking it up, another rebound, offensive rebound, boom, did muscle these niggas for the motherfucking off the backboard shot. Working these niggas in that paint. The Clippers lighting their ass. Clippers too lighting their ass. Where Deuce? I know Deuce listening, though. Lady, they struggling. Get that shit out of here, says Wemby. Wemby, toss that shit. Get that shit out of here. Here we go. Oh, Castle ice skating, slipped and bust his damn ass. And he'll go into the line, but they need to wipe that floor. He slipped on that one. Look at this fool driving. Wemby, get that shit out of here. Pin that shit off the backboard. Cool Breeze in it says Hawk have won 10 in a row. Oh, you like the Atlanta Hawks and shit. But we don't follow the Hawks. And then Rob G in there rolling. TV says Pacheco sold my parlay. Says I had him for 20. Says he had 18. Who the fuck is Pacheco? I was thinking about that football playing fool, running back. There go good free throw good. Matthew says go Spurs go. And he says Wemby a beast. Yeah, Wemby definitely a beast, man. Wemby out here smacking shit, getting these silent points. Doing his thing. And the TB says, I had Wemby for 10 rebounds, says, and Darren Fox for 15. That should be good, but you say you had a parlay, so somebody killed it off, Pacheco. Whoever the hell Pacheco is. He says, Swooping Castle says, cooking. Let's see what the Clippers can get going. It wouldn't even matter if Kawhi was playing tonight. They still get their ass kicked. So here he is. Garland, air ball forcing the shit. Wemby with the motherfucking rebound. Here go the Spurs, kicking it up. Here go Fox top, kicking it out to Wemby at the three. Wemby with the fake. Wemby still won a three, driving it down. Wemby trying to side on him across the court. It was smacked. Another foul, smacking on the arms. Clippers out here hacking ass Clippers. Or should I call them the slippers? Because they let leads slip. So I'm going to call them the slippers. So the Slippers is falling down by 20. 20-point game when the Clippers was blowing San Antonio out, and Deuce is happy about that shit. Here go Castle. Boom. Hesitating. Drive. What's that? Travel? Offensive foul on who? He was doing a lot of hezzies and shit. Yeah, that's what they are, the Slippers. Los Angeles Slippers. That's why Deuce is all amped up. Man, yeah, look what we doing. Because they was up at like 17-1 or some shit. Deuce is happy about that shit. They scored all them points with 5 minutes into the game and shit. And he was amped up. Throw this shit, Wemby. Don't you drive your little short ass down there like that. He tried to fire on Wemby, try to go up, nothing. What they calling that? Go 10. Oh, shit. These niggas can't get shit going, these old flippers. The Slippers is letting the lead slip out their hand. They go kicking a Wemby. Wemby, ball this nigga up. Ball this fool up. Wemby kicking it out. Wemby gonna take the screen. That was the Clippers pushing Wemby into his player. Oh shit! Don't miss the layup. He been working Brooks all day. Oh, stay on your feet, Wemby. No three. All right, good job. He been crossing Brooks up. This fool Castle been dogging Brooks. They need to stop putting Brooks on him. Velocica says you would think they playing in San Antonio. Says so many Spurs jersey and into it. Damn. Yeah, nobody like the damn Los Angeles Slippers like that. The Slippers get no love, even at home. Let's see. Wemby, don't let nobody drive in that paint. Don't let none of these Slippers drive in that paint. 3-pointer brick. Then they broke the front of the rim. Good job, Wemby. All right, you got a little floater up in there. It's all good. There you go, kicking it back up top to Wemby. See Wemby holding the ball, letting the time die off, looking for somebody to come up. Either set the pick or hand that ball off. You go Wemby back in the man. Wemby turning straight. Wemby off his feet. Trip. Here we go. Jones drive. Oh, travel. He little Manu Ginobili little step. That little Euro step shit. His shit was a travel. Let me see. Here we go. Crossing him up. Wemby kicking. Got him posted up. Wemby dot. Oh, good motherfucking goddamn sky hook in it by Wemby. Good sky hook by Wemby. I almost thought he traveled. The nigga legs moved so goddamn far and shit without dribbling. I thought the nigga traveled. Let's see. Just one step. He just scooped and dumped that shit. Lasica says everyone want to see Alien says in person. Yeah, they tripping off how big this fool is. CJ said, where you at, Deuce? Everybody looking for a Deuce side of that nigga in there. Breaking every damn device that could televise this game and shit. He was talking major shit. He was talking big shit when the Clippers went up by that big lead in the first quarter. I told him, your team is a first quarter ass team, man. That damn lead ain't shit. Like, man, you celebrated way too early in the game. That's how I be like, man, do something watching basketball. That nigga was happy over how many ever points they. I think they was kicking San Antonio ass early in the game. That nigga was amped up by that shit. He going silent than a motherfucker. I text him laughing. I be fucking with this thing because he be hating on real actual good players. And he done went silent. I don't think he texted me back when I text him that shit. Oh my God. This shit is funny watching this shit. Just like I told him what's gonna happen. Man, I'm hoping the Lakers lose, though. I'm hoping the Lakers lose. Luka ass shooting 30 shots again. LeBron done turned into Bronny James and shit. LeBron is straight Bronny James now. Blassie Cuss says Wemby defense is unreal. Says nigga only 22. Damn, he only 22. Says and on his way to catch Mutombo and Bo. Says for the most blocks in history. And they in there rolling. Yeah, that fool's a monster, man. Wemby's incredible, man. And Deuce be talking about this nigga weak. Deuce be talking about the nigga weak. He's soft, he this and that. This young nigga is a monster, homie. And the thing that makes him so good is that he's so determined. This kid is determined. He ain't in here just to collect the fucking check. And the rest of the people around him ain't here just to collect one of these damn checks. They are serious about this shit. And Deuce is hating on that shit because Deuce hate when niggas is actually good. No, I think I know what it is. He likes to go with the underdogs and shit. That's what it is. He don't like to go with what's favored. But this fool has worked his way up. Even Wemby has worked his way up. Because I didn't think Wemby was gonna do this shit in the NBA. I know they was showing. I was seeing all those games when he was over in where that fool? He from like France or some shit. I don't know if he was playing in they little professional leagues or if he was in high school, but it was nothing they can do with him. So I was thinking he was doing that against a bunch of French ass people. I was like, he ain't gonna come to the league and do that shit. But even in this first season, I could kind of see like, okay, this kid is something. This kid is something. He gonna do something. His third year? This is third year. This kid is out here doing this shit, and he determined. He determined to win. He determined to compete. That's everything. The kid wants to compete. And he says, Chris Mannix covers basketball, shaking my head. He do. Chris Mannix from the Zone says it's that Spurs culture. And they saying he's from France. Yeah. Oh, so that's what he's playing. I thought it was just some shit he was doing over there. Look at him. So look, early in that first quarter, they was bringing Wemby to the top of the three with him following good three by the Clippers, with him following Brook Lopez up there, but that shit died out. They adjusted on that shit. Clippers still getting their ass kicked. So they down by, what's that, 16, I believe? Wemby with the lob. Oh, easy work. Oh, damn, nigga, don't hit your head on the ground. Easy lob. This nigga just grabbed that shit, said, bam. Oh, this nigga flying. Oh, and one. Good drive. These niggas is fast in this damn league. These fools is quick in this shit. Some of these niggas can get to top speed so damn fast. Damn, man, these niggas keep slipping under that damn floor. Right there under the hoop. I done seen a couple of players slip down there. The Clippers doing some old slick shit. They pouring water on the floor. Nigga missed his free throw. Oh, fight. Wemby, get your tall ass down there. Clippers got the rebound off that missed free throw. And he missed the three. Good job, Barnes. These niggas Clippers getting desperate. 15-point game. 15-point lead. Let's see if the Clippers can close it out. Let's see if Clippers can make a comeback with their weak ass. Lie that. 3-3. Hit that. Wemby rebound. Oh! Drain that ass. 20-point lead, ho. 20-point lead, god damn it. Oh, no. So that's a 18-point lead. Sorry. Here go Garland faking it. Wait, they messed up on the score somewhere. Like, he trying to work Wemby. Wemby on his ass. Wemby on him. Nothing. Rebound. Oh, they fight. Too many Spurs fighting for the same ball. Wemby looked tired. They may have to take him out. And he draw another foul. Fuck. He says, I think this is Victor's third year. Damn, they had that rebound after the Clippers missed, but everybody on San Antonio was fighting over the ball. How long? Harrison Barnes has been in the league for a while. He done been in the league for a while. What, he got about 3 rings and shit? Probably gonna win one this year with San Antonio. Shit. All right, good free throw by the sorry ass Clippers. 17-point game. Well, we got 6 minutes in this third quarter. 6 minutes in the third quarter. Let's send Wemby to the bench. Let's Wemby get some rest. Let's see. Come on, hurry up with these goddamn subs and free throws. Let's get this damn game running. Oh, the Spurs got is that Coach Black? The coach, I don't know what they coach is. It's a black coach, a mixed black and white coach. So here we go, driving the ball up. There you go, kicking it back out. Right there. Wemby on the 3. Right there at the corner. 3, nothing. Spurs with the rebound. Reset 3. Ah! Drained it on them hoes. God damn it. Drained it on the Clippers' weak ass. Damn, they fucking the score shit up. Let's get the score right. So we got a 19-point game. Steps back for the 3 is Garland. Nothing. Sorry ass can't hit. Rebound by the Spurs. Castle bringing it up. Here he is at top of the free throw line. Boom. Hard cross on Brooks. Taking it. That fool. Castle been going at Brooks all game. Deuce. And I know you see him dogging Brook Lopez all day. Hitting them with crosses. Changing direction. Spinning on them. Losing them. Boom. Here you go. Garland driving. Floater. Nothing. Wemby there. God damn it. Rebound by Wemby. Let's run it up, San Antonio. What we got? 21-point lead. Wemby up top, kicking it back out, almost stolen. Boom, out to the corner. Three. Yaga! Timeout Clippers. Timeout Clippers. Timeout fucking Clippers. God damn it. Call the timeout Clippers. Call the timeout Clippers. They get their ass whooped by 24 fucking points. That nigga Deuce nowhere around. Oh shit. He said the Spurs are young, says, but Barnes is one of their vets. And he says San Antonio Spurs says just toy with the Blippers. Ty Lue needs to stop. Says Tyronn Lue says needs to stop the fight. Throw the towel in. This shit is funny. So the Spurs coach says a young guy says named Mitch Johnson. Says he used to coach the Austin semi-pro team. Says that was a Spurs funnel. Said before assistant coaching for Pop. Says and then replacing Pop. Says when he got a stroke. Dang, is Papa bitch fucked up or is he okay? And then Matthew says, "Hey, Deuce says come in the chat, man. Nigga, they're kicking TVs and shit. He kicking the roosters and shit." CJ in there rolling. Rob G in there says, put Deuce on the milk carton, man. Nigga, let me text that nigga. And they gonna say, "Hey, blood, don't be text with your, hey, don't your bitch ass be text me." Look, wait, what did he text me when the game was going up? Oh yeah, that's what he said. He says ass whooping, huh? He got amped up. And like I told him, I said the Clippers are a first quarter team. I said, watch the final score. He ain't text me back. I said, he says, since we're gonna get he said we're gonna get right back. This is still in the first half. And I laughed at it. He says, we'll see. Since I'm live for the second half, he nowhere in sight. Let me see. I'm like, we live, we don't see you in the chat. We don't see you in the chat, goddamn. My nigga is over there mad. Man, I told him what the damn Spurs are gonna do in this rematch. I told his motherfucking ass, man. These fools watch basketball every day and don't know what the hell they seeing. There you go, Rockets. Rockets up on the damn Lakers. Because Lucas sorry ass don't know how to stop shooting the ball. That nigga Lucas sorry ass, out of 25 shots this nigga done took, this nigga done shot 12 fucking three-pointers. 12 damn three-pointers. And LeBron out here is Bronny James lightweight. Man, that shit is ridiculous, man. That shit is ridiculous. With what Luka over there doing, just destroying the Lakers, shooting too many shots. He says, I'm watching it. He says, I'm watching. Oh, he on the phone. He on his phone. So he got to wait afterwards. He going to wait after the game over. I can't wait to hear what the nigga got to say. I can't wait to hear what his final assessment of this game and how much he going to hate on my boy Wemby. Now, Wemby in here kicking his motherfucking ass. Let me see. See, my shit is behind. I'm doing the streaming shit. The actual score, what is that? 89. So it should be 89-70. So it looked like the Clippers gonna make a run here. So let me see. That's at 3:30. I'm at this. So it looks like Clippers gonna make a run, cut it into a 19-point game. So let's see. Let's see the Clippers make this run on where I'm streaming it. So we go kick, steal. Oh, Spurs had it. Clippers back with it. Kicking out to the corner. That should be a three there. Little corner three. Whop. That should make it 67. Let's see. They'll get another three. So I see the ESPN score. I see San Antonio back up by 19 on them weak-ass motherfuckers. Picasso said, let's go. Cowboys is always right. Always right, goddammit. Always in this motherfucker being right. And dudes hate that shit. Oh, my God. Castle working them again. Keep working these fools, Castle. So we got 89-66 here. And he says Blippers need to use the AB wheel. Yeah, they need that ab wheel. The Blippers, the slippers. That's what I'm gonna call them, the slippers, because they can let a lead slip like a motherfucker. Floating, no good for Johnson with the little floater. So here go the Clippers running down to the other end of the court. Let's see. Boom, boom, spinning. Nigga working, kicking it out. Middle at the top with his yellow ass shoes. He's trying to cross thing in this and one. He driving in, getting down low, shoots it up, and he buckets. And one with the mustard shoes on. And then Matthew says Pops is kind of effed up. Says he looks like he's in bad shape. Damn. Salute to Popovich, man. And then Picasso in there laughing at velocity cuts. He says Paps came out for an ovation. Oh, Paps came out for an ovation, says during the game, says, and looked all rough, says walking with a cane. Man, that's the thing with them strokes, man. That's the fucked up thing with the human body, man. The body will do some fucked up shit to you and shit. That's why everybody on that health kick shit, because everybody's scared of that shit happening to them. You know, you grow up with elder relatives, your grandmother, your mother, fathering them and not taking care of themselves, and get one of the motherfuckers. Vlasica says the Blippers need a regime change, man. These niggas is trash, man. Yo, foul player to build a salute, man. They're here cooking all the sorry ass Clippers. Deuce time, the motherfucking residential Clipper fan. Damn, the Lakers done took the lead back. Lakers done took the lead back over Houston and shit. Let me see. Luka done shot down there about to shoot 30 times in this fucking game, hogging the ball. Let me see. So they gonna end up losing that shit. Luka gonna probably try to take the last hero shot, gonna miss the shot, fuck the game over. So that's what I see in that one. So let's go. Kick their ass, goddamn. What's this team called? Houston. Yeah, kick the Lakers in their ass, Houston. Let's go. He says Luka and Reed says can't score shit, laugh out loud. You can't get a rhythm with that nigga Luka. Luka has shot 30 fucking times. Because it says everybody fat in the United States, man. Absolutely, man. We ain't trying to be skinny in this motherfucker. All this food we got. Yeah, we ain't trying to shit. Skinny niggas. I be seeing a lot of skinny niggas dying like a motherfucker. That ain't I don't know if being skinny is the solution to living long and being healthy. I be seeing skinny people dying, fucked up. Yellow shoes driving. Yellow shoes kicking inside. Dunk. Good inside dunk. Pass in there by mustard shoes. Here we go. Barnes driving down. No, that's Fox. Good kick out. Oh, white dude driving and he draws a foul. Nigga try to go for a dunk. He got off the ground and gravity pulled his white ass back down. They couldn't get the dunk. The white dude, look, he was going in hard on that shit. The white dude looked hard in the motherfucker driving in there. And they came up like this and the Earth's gravity pulled the motherfucker back down. So we reserve that for the black folks. We reserve that for the blacks. So let me see. Here we go. His name Pum Lee. That was Pum Lee trying to do that shit. So Pum Lee in there missing his first free throw. We don't see much of that. We don't see much of that from our suburban guys out of America. There you go. All right, good one, Pum Lee. So 90-73. 90-73. I see the actual score is 90-74. 16-point game. So let me see. We're going to get a foul somewhere. They're going to foul. So he's going to make his one free throw. So I see the Lakers will win back up by 4. Sorry ass Lakers went up by 4. Let me see. How many shots Luka going to have? LeBron only took 11 shots. So LeBron can't get no rhythm going. They really done cut LeBron out. So Lakers may end up winning this shit. I see it's going to be 94-90 with a minute 33 in that game. Luka 14-27. 14-27. Is that Van Gundy? Was that bald head dude on the Clipper side? Was that Van Gundy? Or they probably would have said that fool looked like Van Gundy. All right, so there we go. 74-90 here on my side of things. Oh, yeah, Lakers going to win that 96-90. So we go kick out. So like the Clippers going to get another free throw, one-shot free throw. Kicking up. Oh, my God. Try to kick it to Pum Lee. He can't jump. Why you throw the ball that high? You know Pum Lee can't jump. Here you go. Just sloppy ball. Missed that. Missing the 3. Rebound Clippers. Kicking out. Deuce hoping the Clippers can come back. So Clippers reset after that rebound. Good cross. These fools got handles in this motherfucker and they fast. Plumlee, good defense. Good defense after that ill-advised three. Ball knocked out by San Antonio. 2:07 left. So the actual game and the actual live game, the Clippers got this shit down to 12. So the Clippers making a run. Deuce time a little bit happy right now, I see you probably a little happy right now. Bougie Barry says, hey to myself and the guys in the chat. Says, just saying hey. Says, and hitting the light. Says, don't shit about basketball. She don't know shit about basketball. So let's see what we got. And Picasso says, fuck basketball. Says, and the millionaire players. Says, don't forget the billionaire owners. Says, I almost forgot the motherfucking fans in the stadium. Says, fuck the popcorn. Says, and all the chili dogs and stank horse meat nachos. And then Steve from Buzz says, Rockets crumbled. Yeah, I see that. I see they let Lucas sorry ass and the Lakers beat him and shit. So good win for the Lakers. Good win for the Lakers. Silence my hating ass down. And then, oh, wait, Wemby ain't on the floor. That's why the damn Clippers making this run. And then Costa says, I think you just have to put the ball in the hoop. So that's what's happening. Motherfucking Wemby off the floor. I didn't think about that shit. So that's why they made this run. So they closed it down to a 10-point game. So they didn't close it to a 10-point game. They got this nigga Plumlee on the damn court, and he ain't bringing shit to the table. So good job to have their starters resting, though. Another three missed in by San Antonio. Here, scrambling for the rebound. Clippers got that. So here we go. Here we go with the Clips making that run. Mustard shoes kicking back out, top of the three. Cross on the inside, driving. Oh, the nigga floated through the air. 78-90. Here go Fox. Can't get no offense going with these guys on the floor with him. Cross, spinning move on the inside, turned it over. It was cut off. Good cut off. Boom, Penny in there, flying, floating through the sky. It's floating. 10-point game. The Clippers done closed it. Deuce time over the city. Look, I told this nigga Reg, you about to come back. Psych. Look on the floor there, Deuce. Look who's not playing right now. You go Fox kicking up. Nothing there. Rebound inside Plumlee, who didn't even really jump. You go Fox floating into Plumlee. Plumlee can't jump. This nigga, how Plumlee still in the fucking league? This nigga got no athletic abilities, man. They go on the inside, fighting for it. Who ball is that? Foul. On the Clippers. Loose ball foul on the Clippers. Let's see. Fourth quarter, we're going to get Wemby back in. It says, wait till Wemby come back. It says in the fourth quarter. Right. They about to run that shit back up to 30. And they're rolling. He says in the Spurs says don't have Cornet. Says don't have Cornet. Says their other big says he's out with a minor injury. And he says Deuce probably hiding in the cut. Says till they close the score. Says then he gonna pop out. Yeah, he gonna write some shit. Wow, good free throw. That makes it 11. Let me see what ESPN got on the actual score. Still a 10-point game at the end of the third. Wemby back in the game right now. 45 seconds left. So we're here getting the Clippers. Clippers have made this little run. So we get our starters back out here on the floor, showing why the other guys sit on the bench. So that's basically what this comeback just showed, and letting the other guys know who just went back to the bench why you're on the bench. All right, so we got 12-point lead. Time running out, 40-something seconds. Mustard shoes kicking it back out. Boom, good spinning fadeaway shot. Nothing there. Rebound in there by the Spurs. Here go Castle bringing it up. Dreadlock head motherfuckers is on the court. Here you go, 20 seconds. Letting the time run out. Screen set there by Wemby. Nope. No take for it. Good cross in there by Castle. Castle floating through the sky. Nothing there. Here go the Clippers running. They got track stars on this team. They got track stars. Here go the inside. Oh, floated that one. Underhand little floater. Scoop that one up in there with the underhand finger roll. Yeah, all right. We got 10-point game going in this fourth quarter where it's about to be over with. Okay, so good run. Good close out there, Clippers. Good close out. But that's all you're going to get on that one. It's over with. Picasso says, since I've been playing football and basketball since I could do flips, says our a peed out. What the hell says our pee? Oh, says on a peed out mattress, says out the dumpster. Says that was my COVID shot right there. Says, but yeah, it says I'm tired of sports. Says armchair quarterbacking, says from here. And then Matt says, just finished watching the best team in LA, the Lakers. Man, I'm asked Houston let the Lakers win that game. That y'all call that shit. Y'all, man, dude, you so easy to figure out. They call that shit. Watch, let me go back. Rob G just said this shit. He said once they close the score, then he gonna pop out. Look who pops out. He says the music's still playing at the party. He says we never give up. Dudes, Wemby was on the bench. Don't ever forget that shit. Wemby and Castle and it was on the bench. Get ready for this fourth quarter. Get ready for this fourth quarter assassination. Get ready for the fourth quarter lynching. This is going to be the lynch mob. Fourth quarter lynching. Castle and they're rolling. They laughing at dudes jumping out in the chat after the fucking 10-point losing that they got going on. Y'all still losing. But watch this. Let's get this damn quarter going, man. Get all these commercials out of here. Let's get these commercials out of here. Deuce done popped out. So our Clipper fan, the only Clipper fan anybody in America knows, my cousin Deuce Times, done popped out. The rare side in the Deuce Times, once his Clippers done made a close, they ain't winning the game. The game ain't tied. They only losing by 10 now. Deuce done popped out. He done made his appearance because he think his team about to come back. But they made a run once Wemby and Castle went to the bench. And now they're in for the fourth quarter. They about to run it up. So Deuce is excited. I don't know how this nigga like the Clippers. It's crazy to me. Says it ain't over, Deuce. And then Matthew says Deuce just jinxed it for his slippers, says by popping up prematurely in the chat. Exactly. That's what he did when he texted me talking about, what he say? He texted me some shit like, getting whooped, huh? He says, yeah, getting whooped, huh? Like I told him, this team a first quarter team, and this the fourth quarter. And your team is not a fourth quarter team. Let's go. Let's go, San Antonio. Run this shit up on these weak-ass niggas. And Matt says, Deuce just jinked the slippers, says just jinxed it for his slippers, says by popping up prematurely. He done popped up too early. And he says, we were up 10, says, now we down 10. No, y'all was up by like 18 or some shit. He says, we'll take our chances, says, without our best players. Man, who? The best player y'all had last time when y'all lost after going up by 25? You talking about Kawhi? Y'all lost with Kawhi. Now we about to see y'all lose with these other guys. And then he says maybe the whole team says trying to get their second win. Let's go. Let's run this shit up, San Antonio. Let's beat these fools, man. Send Deuce back to the land of excuse making. Let's run this shit up. Come on, get this damn fourth quarter started on my shit. So here we go. Clippers starting the fourth quarter off. Here go Yellow Shoes. Who's this dude with the mustard shoes? He palming like a motherfucker, though. There you go, kicking out. Boom, boom. Backing it down, dribbling. Boom, fired up. Oh, kicked it out. Corner three air ball. Who is that with your rebound? Wemby. There go Wemby kicking it up. Boom, kicking it back to Wemby. Wemby kicking it back out. Back to the corner. Back up top. There go Wemby. Shake this nigga down. Wemby checking it up. Boom, boom. Kicking it out. Bryant, nothing. Rebound. Castle with the rebound. Working these fools. Good job, Castle. All that shit on top of your head. Head like a mop. We go mop the floor with these niggas. Castle. This is why Castle got that hair like that. He gonna mop the floor. This nigga trying to go at Wemby. Get that shit. Okay, he gonna score on Wemby. Okay. You think he tough, Wemby? Man, toss this nigga in the stands. Toss this shit into the stands. He want to go at you, Wemby. All right. This nigga think he tough. Okay, he gonna go on the Wemby chest like that. He gonna kick out. Boom. Castle, three, off. Back to the Spurs. Here we go. Wemby bashed on these niggas. Boom. Floating through the sky. They knew better than to step up to Wemby to block. Yeah, get your asses back. Weak ass fools. We go inside, floater, nothing. Wemby with it. What don't call? A foul on who? Damn, loose ball foul on San Antonio. That was a bullshit call. Bullshit foul. Bullshit foul they called on San Antonio. Look at Wemby flying on these fools. Then they're jump from the 3-point line. So we got 96-84 here over here. So let's see. Let's run it up. Let's run it up, goddamn Spurs. Run up on these bums. So it's actual 9-point game. Go inside kick. Wemby toss that shit. Get that shit out of here. I mean, let me check the stats. Let me go check the stats. What Wemby got over here? Wemby got to have like 4 or 5 blocks already. 3 blocks. 3 blocks, 13 rebounds, 21 points. Easy work. Easy night tonight. Easy night against this weak-ass squad that Deuce likes. Go. Okay, went around Wemby. Okay, you got lucky. Niggas get lucky every now and then. Cats get lucky every now and then. We got an actual 9-point game. So Clippers. Oh my God, good job, Wemby. Traveling, kicking it out to the 3, the mustard shoes. He hits that 3. Okay, there we go. 9-point game here. 9-point game. Let me see the actual score. Woo, 7-point game. Clippers got it to 7 in the actual game, but on my screen it's a 9-point game. And then Picasso says, Tim Duncan, the Admiral says, left their duel in the Spurs. Says, so good luck. Says trying to beat them. Says you're going to need Jordan. Says our AI. Says somebody on your team. Says, oh yeah. Says and did this motherfucking Robin. I don't know what the hell comments Picasso be writing this shit. All right, so let's see. So look. I know Deuce over there amped up. His Clippers and closed it to 7 points. 7 points. So the Spurs are fun to watch. The Spurs got definitely a great ass team. So we go. Cut that in. Wemby 3-pointer. Had a good look. Missed. Good rebound. Good rebound to Clippers. Here you go. Let's see. Going to try to drive at you, Wemby. So he spin around. So we got a foul. So my string way behind the actual game. So here goes the Spurs back up by 8 points. So back up by 8 in the actual game. So let me see. Actual game 8:45. I'm like about a minute behind in the actual time clock on the game. All right, here we go. Clippers inbound. Top of the 3. Here you go. Good inside pass. He went right back at Wemby. Garland went right back at Wemby. Wemby a little slow with the slap. Not able to get that hand out there to smack the ball into the stands. Smack the damn owner. Block the shot into the owner's head. Good pass in there. Inside pass by Wemby. Foul. Hacking ass Clippers, man. The little Los Angeles slippers out here. Fouling like a mug. Oh, hacking ass slippers. All right, so he got lucky. So Wemby need to play down low. They able to pull him up. So let me see. So Mines is here at the 8-minute 45 mark. 98 to 91. Cast at the free throw line on Mines. So I see it's back to a 7-point game. 7-point game in the actual game. So let me see. Castle's first free throw, good. Making it 99. 99-91. The actual score in the game is 100-93. So let's see. Let's go. Castle with his second free throw, which it should be good. Money. All right. So I got 91 to 100 in mine. All right, here we go. Clippers back with the ball. Like I said, these dudes is fast, man. These some fast ass dudes. Yo, Castle got a little fingertip on the ball. Yo, let's see. You go Clippers driving. Good point guard. Good point. Good handling. Oh, he threw it up high with the fucking lob. Who is this fool? Oh, Isaiah Jackson. He doing his thing. Isaiah Jackson doing his thing. He doing his thing. That was a good lob there. Floater from Castle. Nothing there. Jackson get the rebound, able to screen Wemby out. So he doing some good shit here, this Jackson cat. Here go Wemby able to pick up. Here go floating again. Not to get that shit out of here, ho. Good job, Wemby. Niggas think they going back at you. Niggas, it's called adjustment. Here go Castle spinning out. Back up the Wemby. 3. That should be Boeing. Back out of there. Clippers back with the rebound. 100-93 on mines, but I actually see it should be 103 for the Spurs. Back up by 10. Deuce in there shitting bricks. So let's see. Here go fucking sorry ass Clipper driving it. Shoot and a miss. Wemby with the rebound. Get this shit. Let's go. Doom. Here go. Kick. And foul. Three free throws. Clippers out here hacking. The Slippers in here hacking. Slippers hacking. Yeah, Wemby didn't see Jackson behind him, so he's showing the replay on that. So we have the free throw line with 3 free throws. Good. Was this some? Oh, this I'm about to say, is this Kobe's nephew? Nah. All right, Wemby going to the bench. All right. So Wemby going to the bench. Wemby going to the bench. Let's see how that work out. Let's see how that work. Says Muster on a beat, ho. What did Mustard Shoes score some more shit? Good. All three free throws is good by Bryant. All right, let's see. This 10-point game. Look, this point guard for the Clippers got handles. He looked like me. Oh, and one. And one with Fox with the hack. And one. So it's actually a 10-point game, 105-95. So good job, Collins. Little reverse layup. Back at the rim, able to still get it up there. Bank shot. He gonna miss his free throw though. So right now on mines, I got 103-95, 702. So here go Wemby here on the bench. Brick free throw there from Collins. So now they're gonna have to handle it with Wemby on the bench, managing his time. So they still up. Let's see. As long as Plumlee ain't on the damn floor, they can do something with whoever's in here for Wemby. Go Fox, playing guard, driving it. Quick little step. Bow. Fire off on him. 105-95. Let's see. Clippers, y'all gonna call a timeout or something? Here we go. Nice ball handling. Good kick out. Garland with the kick out. Nothing there from the Clippers. Rebound. Foul on San Antonio. Foul San Antonio. And then brothers BKL Sports in the building says, shout out to everyone in the chat, says including Box Conversation. Salute, says keep up the good work on the channel. Yes, indeed. Appreciate that. Says appreciate it. And shouts out, says from South Bronx. Yes, indeed. Says brother BLK, says Contreras, aka Sports, says sports entertainment guys. Salute. And then Picasso says what they hacking for is looking for fouls. Says the fuck. Says I don't think they know how to play basketball, so they just shooting. Picasso don't know what the hell he watching if he watching the damn actual game. So let's see. Still at 620, 105-95. 105-95. So let's see. Let's see if Deuce gonna be able to celebrate or Deuce gonna be left mad. Because I really want to go live and talk about this shit Trump got going on with Cuba, being that he has been a complete failure over there in Iran. His little colonizing ass ways over there in around the world, and he tried that shit in Iran and it failed him. And so that Iranian shit has failed him, and then now he's doing this shit to Cuba, which he had been starving Cuba after doing the Venezuelan shit. And then now he's in here talking about taking over fucking he's talking about taking over fucking Cuba and shit. Talking about he can do whatever he wants to Cuba. Like, what kind of shit is this nigga on? What kind of America first shit is he on? Just making America more susceptible to some fucking goddamn attack. Like, this nigga is such an idiot, homie. I don't know where they found this stupid motherfucker, but they need to send him back. Put him back in his mama's little dirty ass, whatever you call it, coochie in Spanish, and send him back in that motherfucker. Get this rotten piece of shit up out of here. Get that rotten shit up out of here. I mean, them motherfuckers in Cuba in the dark. He trying to really starve that country. That fool done turn they whole. He done turn they water off in that mud. Like, that's a cold-blooded, just low-down, dirty scandal ass motherfucking dude. Let me see. Damn, barrel oil is at 103 now. Oil. Psh, what a disaster. Like, they say Trump calls for Chinese warships. Trump calls for Chinese warships hits a sensitive topic for Xi, however you say, the Chinese president. The Chinese president, like, nigga, don't call here. Like, then you got this mighty ass military. What you calling us to help you, bitch? Nigga, fuck out of here. We ain't helping y'all with shit. He says, I heard that maybe Trump is dropping that Cuba thing, says because the Iran thing says it doesn't work. No, he didn't start this Cuban shit before he started the Iranian shit. The Cuban shit comes from him cutting off Venezuela. When they kidnapped the Venezuelan president, they took control. Venezuela supplies Cuba. Venezuela supplies Cuba with fuel. And he says maybe if somehow the Iran thing says worked out, so then Trump would have gone after Cuba next. He may still go into Cuba or whatever he is, unless the international community be like, nah. Says that's what they really want. Says Cuba says he really got what Putin says in his last presidency. And so we're gonna see. So the Clippers digging into this fucking lead here. So they got it closed by, what does that make? It's 7-point game still. So they closed it to actual 7-point game. Oh shit, they better bring my boy Wemby back on this court. So let's see. So here we go. Collins at the line. So that's 96 to 105 here on the streaming site, which is a little bit slow. There you go. He missed that free throw. All right, let's see. So 105 to 96. Let's see. You go kicking on the inside. Trying to work on the inside. Nothing there. Fighting on the rebound. Clippers got this. This is a Garland fast. A fast-ass guard. Let's see. Crossing. Lost control off his foot. Doing too many crossovers, homie. Your handles ain't that good. Who was that? Says Matheson or Matt, whatever the fuck his name. Matthew says during Biden, says before the last election, says I met a Cuban online, says on a dating app, says she told me, says that if Trump was reelected, says that would be the end of Cuba. Well, she wasn't lying. Damn, no foul on that? Come on, Clippers refs. Go kicking it out. Garland with a nice kick. Garland got a nice little dribble on him. He got a nice dribble. Fighting on the inside. Good rebound on the inside. 7-point game. 98-105. Let me see the actual scores. Yep. So they calling these timeouts. CJ says if you refresh your stream, says it will catch up. Says I don't know why yours is behind. All right, let me try that. Let me try it. Let me see. So it's on commercial right now. Yeah, damn, these niggas came back. They came back. And he says Matthew says you just now telling us what about the Cuban chick and shit. Shit, that Cuban chick could do anything till she get over here. Like she be all they got some bad chicks over there and shit, but they get over here, them bitches be acting like they done grew up in mansions and shit. Like, bitch, you didn't have to walk to the top of the damn mountain and go fetch a pail of water and shit. Bitches get over here, they high sedity to the motherfucker. But that's how they get when every dude out here trying to trick on. You can't blame them. Some pretty bitches. Them damn Cubans, them damn Puerto Ricans, Dominicans, Brazilians, and I'm talking about the ones that look black. The ones that look black be bad than the motherfucker. Even some of the ones that look white and shit, they be bad. But the ones who got that like black shit in them, oh my god, them some cold chicks. All throughout out the Caribbean, South America, and even in places in Africa, you get the motherfucking Belizeans, the fucking the who else has got down there? The Colombian broads, fucking the little black Mexican bitches, they bad as fuck. Like everywhere that motherfuckers got some black in them bitches is bad. Them some cold ass chicks down there. But yeah, Cuba got some nice ones, but them chicks be from them poor ass countries, and then they get over here and think they the shit. Because they really are, they really pretty and shit. And then ATX in the building says Spurs Nation. Shit, hoping they can open the lead back up. Okay, yeah, I see why you say Spurs Nation. They went back up by 10. Hold on, let me turn this fucking fan on. So they went back up. So I see why you say Spurs Nation. 10-point game. Wemby on the bench. Wemby done for the night. They like Clippers can't do shit. They're like, we ain't tripping. The most sorry ass bums on the Clippers squad ain't gonna do shit. Even if they had Kawhi out here, they still couldn't do shit. Them fools still can't do shit. Yeah, no, my shit just behind. All right, here we go. Okay, so Wemby got to go up against on Wednesday. He got to go up against Zion Williams twice, back to back. So they can probably sit him or rest him or limit his minutes on that Wednesday game. Then they got him on Thursday. All right, let's go. Turn up on these hoes. Turn it up on these hoes, San Antonio. Here we go. Wemby's still on that bench. Here go Fox working on the inside, kicking it back out. 3-point. Barnes, whopper. Whopped him. He says those brown Native American women says are very beautiful in my opinion. Says I saw one. Says and my heart says it's broken. Says because some big old dude says was taking her on taking her to his room at the Ramada. He says and I was like that could have been me. Nah, you're too late. Good one. Go on the inside by Miller. So 8-point game. The actual game is down to 6. So the actual game is cut down to 6. Let's see who is handling the ball. Is that Barnes? Oh, Barnes getting shifty. Is that him? Lost the control. Garland kicking out, top of threes, bringing it across, kicking on the inside. Boom. Pump faked them in there. Timeout. Good guard play by this Garland cat. Good guard play by this Garland dude. Good inside play. Waited for him. We got to get Wemby back on the court. Garland and Matheson. So let me see. We back in play, back up to 8. Do they gotta put what is that fool name? Mathurin, however you say this fool name. Do they gotta go back to Wemby? Maybe not. Maybe if it's down to fucking like a 2-point game, they can bring Wemby back in. Think if they down to 2-point game, you can bring Wemby back in. So no need to be paranoid for San Antonio. They got the win secured. Clippers sorry as fuck. But good work from this guard. That fool Garland, just watching this game, he got a hellified game. Fucking high accelerating ass player. He can turn the goddamn speed up on the drop of a dime and shit. So let's see. So 108-102 I have on mine, but I see the actual score is a comfortable lead for San Antonio. See, San Antonio made the lead a little bit more comfortable. Oh, Wemby on the court. That's what happened. That's why they score these extra points. Wemby on this bitch. Let me see what Wemby do. Let me see what my nigga Wemby do. Here go Wemby. Here go Wemby sitting in the seat, kicking it back out. Boom. Spot up. Who was that? Castle? No, it's the other nigga with a mop head. Cassell. So the other nigga with a mop on his head. Here go Garland trying to cross up, drill behind his back, step in the back, almost bring it to the top of the key. He's working, driving down, goes up one-handed, nothing. Off the rim. Got 110-102. San Antonio kicking it out to Wemby. Wemby back up top. Fake three, driving it, bringing it down the lane. Castle, three on their ass, ho. That's what happened when Wemby get back in this bitch. It says Wemby with 21 and a double-double. Good work from motherfucking Wemby. And brought Wemby in, and all the scoring stopped from the sorry-ass Slippers. The Slippers can't score no more. The sorry-ass Slippers can't score. Matthew saying to you dudes, yo, it's over, god damn it. It's over. Put your slippers on. Put your slippers on. Represent the Los Angeles Slippers. Wemby kicking it back out. Castle rolling, spinning, pinning, kicking it back out to Wemby. Wemby with a cross. Boom, boom. Wemby handling this shit. Wemby handling that shit. Spin Wemby. Fade away. Top it all. The nigga block Wemby. Or was it a pass? Okay, miss. Rebound by the fucking Spurs. Who was that? Darren Fox with the shot. Good job, Fox. 115-102. 115-102. Get these sorry-ass Slippers up out of here. Told Deuce was going to happen. Wemby, hands up on the distracted the three. No good for Collins. Shit, there goes the Clippers momentum. Yeah, the Slippers over. They didn't put Wemby back in the motherfucking game. Let me hear what Deuce got to say about Wemby now. It says two mob heads says from Zopam. Are they from Florida? Here go Wemby working. Wemby backing him down, sitting in the seat. He gonna try to come around to help him. Left the guy open at the three-point line. All right, he missed that. All right, missed that. Clippers rebound. Oh, he almost went back court on that one. Held his dribble up, kicking it out. Too much defense on his ass. Oh, shit. Oh, my God. And one three-pointer from this nigga holding the ball. What is this fool? Garland. Garland been doing his thing. How many points this weak nigga got? Garland been doing his shit. He got hellified dribble and shit. Let me see. What Garland got? Garland got 20 points. He did his shit tonight. 10 assists. The turnovers don't mean too much. He been playing his ass off. Let's see. Oh, he been in the league for what? What did that make? 7 years? Let me see who he played with. Who's this Garland dude? Yeah. Go ahead, Clippers. You can go ahead and pack shit up. Go back to the locker room. It's over with. Oh, he played in Cleveland. Oh, so Garland a point-making motherfucker. So he's been averaging almost close to 19 points in his career. Boom, 106-115. Let me see the actual score. So 115-108. So it look like Clippers going to come down and make another basket. Let me see if they got a turnover or something. Little Castle trying to cross up, dribbling through his legs, dribbling behind the back. Boom, kick it down. Who's that? Boom, back up top. Turnover. Jackson with the turnover. Jump ball, good job. Good job, Fox, wrapping that shit up. Ooh, Clippers within 4. Oh shit. Clippers within 4. Oh my God. He says Deb Vassell says and Castle says on the mop head pair. Says they're like a 1-2 punch. Okay, that's the mop head niggas. And then CJ says I know I'm late. But have you seen that one chick says Angel Fernandez? Oh hell yeah. Hell yeah, I seen her. She be doing that porn. She be on Twitter busting it open. She be on Twitter busting that shit open. Yeah, that bitch tall as a motherfucker. She done got some work done on herself too. Think she got a BBL now. Big down there, 7 foot tall bitch with a BBL is crazy. Wimby kicking inside, should took that 3. Let's see. Missed that. So like, oh, good rebound again. San Antonio all over the boards. All over the boards. Let's see. Lake Clippers and close that shit in the 4. Wimby with a far ass 3. Air ball that. San Antonio gets the rebound. Dudes, y'all giving up way too many fucking rebounds. Wimby sliding for the ball. Diving for the ball in the 4th quarter is Wimby. Said Vassell says and Kelsey says on the next Zeke and says Zeke. Oh, sorry, it says 4-point game. Says Zeke Thomas and Joe Dumars. And then but yeah, that Angel Fernandez bitch is cold. To be that tall, I would love to fuck a tall ass bitch like that. Oh, giraffe ass broad. Timeout San Antonio. Yeah, that's crazy to have a bitch that damn tall. And you just got her ass bent up, busting her open. But that shit crazy for a broad to grow that goddamn tall. That shit is what's crazy. Like how did a bitch get that big? Her pussy gotta be I would say some way out shit like we on the block talking to some shit. Like her shit, that shit gotta be unusually huge ass coochie. Yeah, gotta be a big ass coochie on her. But then you got her legs up and that bitch feet just big as a mother. Oh, tall Bigfoot bitch. God damn it. It says cokehead Steve says Steve Ballmer says about to lose his fucking mind. Oh, is that the owner of that shit? Fresh BX says Candace Parker says was always the one says I want. She was bad too. Now rather than her get fucked, she like her pussy bumped. She like to scissor her pussy and shit. But she was fine as hell. She probably still be wanted every now and then. That scissor and shit get boring to Candace Parker. She be wanting somebody to bust her guts open at times. I know she probably tired of them dykes hitting her with strap-ons and shit. She like, I might as well retire this strap-on shit and the scissor bumping and go get hit. I'm pretty sure them basketball niggas she do them shows with be smashing. Yeah, they CJ the rolling at that shit. I'm pretty sure she be in there getting smashed after the show's over. Ain't no way I can work with a broad like that and not be trying to smash and shit. I lose my job over that shit. Be like them other fools be getting fired from them jobs and shit. Yeah, Clippers up here hacking this shit. Clippers really think they gonna win this shit. That'd be crazy they do win this shit. That'd be crazy as hell the Clippers come back and win this shit. Nigga Deuce, I had to end the live stream. The Clippers win this shit, I'm ending this shit. I about to let Deuce get on here and celebrate. Another foul, almost turned over. Another turnover. Says, what's that Cuban chick says throwing hands on Drewski's show? I don't watch Drewski's shows. I don't know what chick you talking about. I'm not sure what Cuban chick that is. What's her name though? I probably know the chick by her name if you put a name out there. I'll catch Drewski like skits if they on Instagram or some shit, but I don't watch the actual show and shit. Not on YouTube. I ain't about to watch this shit. If I'm gonna watch comical shit, I'm gonna watch that shit like I'm gonna watch that shit like Corporate or the Big Josh shit. And they're rolling. He says, yes, that's her. Angel Fernandez was fighting somebody. She got in a fight with somebody. Let's see. That's the foul right there. Or is they challenging this shit? Go Young DJ says the game over. Clippers lost. Hell yeah. Fuck the Clippers. Get the Clippers out of here. I was hoping they did not come back because I would have ended this shit. But dudes got on here to celebrate a comeback win by a sorry ass team. He said they called him a tumble on Juicy's show. Oh, is this a new show with Angel Fernandez? Let me see if I can find it on YouTube. Yeah, but she a cold ass little tall broad. Even that bitch used to play for the Sparks. What's her name? Liz Cambridge. She another one. She was another one. Let me see. Yeah, I took it out, but we can't eat it until tomorrow.
Oh, okay. Because I forgot to, because I accidentally paused my timer.
No, I took it. Let me see. Let me see where she had a fight at. Press on date. With the dude. What's his fool? McQueen or some shit? I think all that shit is scripted though. But yeah, she on Twitter busting her shit open. She on there doing freaky shit. That's the only shows I watch is Twitter. I watch Twitter shows. Say the Drewski show. Let me see. Let's see. You go. See. Who was it? Vassell, Castle with his three. Or I don't know which one. They both got mops on the head. Oh, that was Vassell. So that was Vassell with the free throw, making it 116, 111. There we go. 117, 111. Let's see what the Clippers do. They get another 3 and a foul. Wemby on his ass. Get that shit out of here. Get that shit out of here, nigga. Get that shit out of here. How many blocks is that for Wemby? Wemby got to have like 4 or 5 blocks on these sorry ass Clippers. Let me see. So they down by 4. Wemby 4 blocks. Damn, Clippers, let the game go, man. Niggas in here playing in garbage time. Let this shit go. He says, it comes on YouTube. Says it's called Could Have Been Love. Oh, is that the shit from where Charleston White talking to the white chicks on there, telling them what's a hoe? A hoe know when you whistle, a hoe gonna turn her head. That's how you know she a hoe. That's an ignorant ass motherfucker. Win number 50 for the Spurs, man. Yeah, get your sorry ass Clippers out of here, Deuce. Because y'all struggle to make the damn playoffs. It is Velocity Cousin CJ says, I thought that was her. Says she has a deep ass. Yeah, that's the only thing throw her off. That's the only thing throw her ass off. That bitch voice is deep as a motherfucker. And then she don't know English. So her voice deep and her English fucked up. Hey, bitch, just talking Spanish, so I ain't got to understand none of that shit you talking. I don't know no Spanish, but speak that shit because your English voice is nasty. Her voice ugly as fuck. And let me see. Matthew says this is the Slippers Super Bowl. Yeah, the Slippers done lost. They done slipped out of the playoffs. The Slippers done slipped out of the playoffs. Slipped in and keeping the lead. They done let the lead slip they had in that first quarter, and it's over with. And Go Young DJ says, 119, 115. CJ says, yes, that was the latest episode. Says, I only watched that one episode. Says, Charleston, the damn fool. Yeah, that nigga Charleston funny as fuck. I was looking at that nigga fight against that Island Boy dude. I think I posted that shit. Man, I was laughing at looking at this nigga Charleston White box, man. That damn Wemby missed both his free throws. Good job, San Antonio. Wemby said, fuck it. I'm gonna miss both of these free throws. Let these niggas think they got a chance. Wemby in here balled them up. Look, of course y'all lost, Deuce. We knew that shit. Duh. You get talking about we lost. You goddamn right you lost. I told you it was gonna happen. Always gonna happen against San Antonio. Now, where y'all ranked at? Are y'all in the playoffs still, or did y'all fall out? Did y'all just fuck it up for yourselves tonight? Let's see who y'all got next. Let me check y'all records and shit. Are you ready to give Wemby his credit yet? That's the other question I got. Does Wemby get his credit yet there, my brother? Does Wemby get his credit yet, Deuce Times? And he says, yeah, it says she's still cold, though. Yeah, she called. She just had to. Angel Fernandez just couldn't talk. Like, just stay quiet, girl. And keep your motherfucking socks on with them big-ass feet you got up in the air. That bitch wrap her long-ass feet around your neck. You got her bent up with her legs in the air. Her legs just way up there. You look big-ass feet. CJ says, always a good day, says, when the Lakers win, the Clippers lose, man. Sorry ass Clippers, man. I couldn't go for them. I'll go for the Clippers against the Lakers, though. I'll go for the Clippers against the Lakers because I don't like that weak motherfucker Wemby. I mean, sorry. I said that shit because I was talking about dudes hating on Wemby. I can't go for that sorry motherfucker Luka. And then Rob G in there rolling. And then he says, where Coach Times at? He said, we lost tonight. Duh. 119 is greater than 115. Matthew says, all good games. Says, all right. Says, good games. Says, now I'm Deuce. And then Velocity Cuss says, Mitch Johnson says, Coach of the Year. Oh, is that the name of the Spurs coach? Oh, yeah, y'all did write that earlier. That is that fool name. That is that fool name. He got a hellified team, but niggas almost let that game slip. They had to throw my boy Wemby back in that mud. That's how Wemby changed the game and shit. Even when Wemby went out, that's the only thing that brought the Clippers back in the game. They sat Wemby on the bench. Deuce and Kane alike thought he had a shot at coming back, knowing damn well Wemby was gonna get back on the floor. That game got too close. Said we lost tonight, duh. And then ATX says Spurs no joke. Says Spurs Nation. And the Go Young DJ says they ape. Says Lake Show number 3. And he says Wemby for MVP. Yeah, Wemby definitely got the MVP. They might as well go ahead and write his name on that shit right now. And the Deuce Time says, he says, Miss K-Law. Y'all had K-Law last time y'all played. And maybe y'all should have took K-Law out in the game against when did Kawhi get hurt? Because I think y'all was getting y'all ass kicked by Sacramento, right? They should have took him out. It says, but there's another date, says with those guys, says, but we shouldn't but we should be in good shape by then. Deuce, y'all was in good shape last time Kawhi played, and y'all went up by 25 points. And y'all lost that shit. They got y'all number, bro. They just showing they can beat y'all with Kawhi and without him. Picasso in there rolling. But y'all had got some good gameplay from them other guys on that team. Picasso says, I just brought some Luka. So I just brought some Luka on Amazon, says, for my lawnmower. And then I know Box in the building says, peace to the brothers and sisters. Vlasica says Inglewood thought they were gonna play mustard on the beat, ho. And then Picasso says, I know Boxer says you gotta go back and you gotta go back to work. And then Deuce Time says Slippers says he says Swipper and Castle. Who is Swipper? He says Swipper and Castle says we're balling. Says missing 28 says missing 28 plus from K-Law, says but it wasn't a blowout, says so there's a silver lining. Deuce. K-Law was playing the last time y'all fucking lost to San Antonio. The last time he was playing, y'all end up going up by 25 points and losing all of that shit. Them 28 plus points, we're still gonna make the score with what it was tonight. Vlasica says, so why do you pronounce it K-Law? Because that's what he put. That's what he put. You know, dudes shorten everything up. Then they shorten everything up, that nigga right. And it says what is that? Swipper says Swipper is Fox. Oh, okay. Why that nigga just don't say that shit? I don't know these niggas' nicknames and shit. So Swipper is Darren Fox. Where the hell you call him Swipper from? And then and the student from Buzz says can't wait for the playoffs. Yeah, the Clippers, both LA teams gonna be out in the first round. Well, depending on, I can't call the Lakers out, depending on who they play. And then Auto Boxer says Clippers only lost by 4. Says that can beat. Says only lost by 4. Says that can beat. Or what you meant that can beat? Or they meant they. Says they can beat the Spurs. Says and a few more shots. Says if a few more shots fell. Yeah, sure. And if a few more shots fell for San Antonio, they would have been keeping the Clippers blown out. Says it's pronounced claw. Oh, okay. It's pronounced claw. So I'll call him Kayla. I didn't know what the fuck. Oh, this nigga on that blood shit. That's what he is. He on that blood shit, I guess. And they said, man, write in the chat, Deshaun, man, I ain't about to be reading text, nigga. And then Deuce Time says we was targeting Wemby, bitch ass. Says, what the fuck are you talking about? Said Jackson was cooking against Wemby. Man, Jackson scored. Let's go to Jackson. That nigga may have scored 6 points, dude. Jackson scored 11 points. 11 points. He scored a lot. He didn't really go at Wemby. Wemby was kind of late getting over there because Wemby was helping out. Wemby would step up towards the top of the key to step up to help out, and that nigga come through the back door on him. Wemby was dogging everything. Then when Wemby adjust on that shit, oh, dude didn't score shit. Wemby affected a lot of niggas scoring tonight. And then, let me see what did Lopez do, because Lopez only got off in the first quarter. Brook Lopez, didn't get even off in the first quarter. Nigga had 3 fucking points. Wemby in here shutting shit down, dudes. Get the fuck out of here. And then that Jackson nigga probably scored his points when Wemby was out the game. He scored maybe 4 points while Wemby was on the court. And he says like a bear claw. And then they're rolling. And then Deshaun says it's not pronounced that way. It says it's Swipper. Says like Dora the Explorer. I never watched Dora the Explorer. If it's a nigga name on Dora, name that shit. And he says like Swip. What is that? Like Swipper says the fox on Dara. I do not. These niggas watch Dora the Explorer. I can understand dudes got kids and shit. That nigga Jashawn, because he's younger than everybody. That nigga grew up watching Dora the Explorer and shit. That nigga Dora the Explorer kid. And if Vlasica says facts and Picasso, CJ says it's not no blood shit. Says K for Kawhi. Says laugh out loud. Says this is brand. Says brand because since he has hands. Says because his hands are big. Oh, okay, I was thinking that this nigga doing some old blood related shit. But I forget this nigga name is spelled with a K. And then because Claw to me is spelled with a C. I ain't on that blood and Crip shit, so that shit spelled with a C to me. But I guess even with the K, you're pronouncing that shit. And then he says facts and Picasso, and he says Swipper like Swipper, the fox, like the fox from Dora. I don't even know Dora got a fox. Only motherfucker I know on Dora is Dora ass. Oh, bowl cut, backpack wearing Dora. They in there laughing and shit. These niggas grew up watching Dora Explorer. Shit, you niggas is crazy. He says Swipper says no Swipper no swapping. And then and he says the Slippers. That's the nigga's name. The Slippers, the LA Slippers. Says Professor BX says you got a school reg. And then he says Reg don't know shit about sports. Man, you talking about niggas' names. I know enough about sports to know that the Clippers gonna lose to these niggas. I know enough about that. I know enough about sports to never be a fan of the fucking Clippers. I know enough about sports to never be a fan that thinks the Cowboys gonna win the Super Bowl based on what they got. And then Jashawn says I don't watch Dora, bro. Says Dora came out in the early 2000s when I was little, bro. Says yeah, I watched it then. Says yeah, I watched it then. Says was young. Says I didn't. Says I ain't watched that show. Says 20 plus years. So yeah, you grew up watching Dora. They try to say I ain't grew up watching it, but wait, let me read this nigga comment again. I don't watch Dora, bro. Says Dora came out in the early 2000s when I was little, bro. Says yeah, I watched it then. So they gonna try to say he didn't watch Dora, and then come out in the same goddamn sentence and say he watched Dora. This nigga crazy. And the Go Young DJ says typing in on YouTube says Do you can hear? Oh, says, man, y'all niggas can't write. Let me see. Let me see how to pronounce it on what you call. Let me see. Let me see. This nigga is talking about some nigga name on fucking Dora. Swipper or Swiper, however you say this nigga name on Dora. Let me see. Niggas got a fuck. Yeah, it's like Swiper. You put an A, you ain't got to put no ER on that shit. Y'all niggas don't know how to spell. That nigga wrote Swiper. And then they in there rolling. And then he says, Red says, go ahead and play the Reading Rainbow for yourself. Man, hell no, there ain't no Reading Rainbow. That nigga put SWIPA. That's Swiper, however you put that shit. And he says, you see what I told him since before? It says it's more obvious, says every live he does. What about the glasses and shit? And then Jashawn in there rolling, says the Clippers should be sent to Europe, says to the European League. Man, them niggas need to be sent to the motherfucking March Madness. They'll lose that shit. And then Velocity Cuss saying facts to BX. And then Jashawn says, you said I watch right now. No, I said you grew up watching that shit. Not you. I hope you ain't watching no Dora Explorer now. Dusan says K-Law. I'm still calling it K-Law instead of Claw. You gotta spell Claw with a C. With a C. And he says K-Law says twist with the Lokes. Says twist with the Lokes. Says I think he was cool with Nip. And then Rob G says Jashawn the Trip says he the same one that says Borican says for Puerto Rican folks. Yeah, remember that shit on Fred's show? Oh no, he said that shit on Cal's show. Like what the hell, Borican? And then and the stinger in there rolling. And the Go Young DJ says, butterfly in the sky, says, I can go twice as high. And then Jashawn says, the Rob G and they're rolling. And then Picasso and they're rolling. Yeah, we all remember that shit. I'm like, the hell is Borican? And then he says with a C, says, because I'm a crib, C-Mac voice. Yeah, that's how you spell claw. I ain't seen no claw spelled with no goddamn K. If you wrote claw in school with a damn K, you're getting the F. If you spell claw with a K in the spelling bee contest, you're getting kicked out the spelling bee. Yeah, so like I said, you niggas who can't spell, and then this guy on Dora the Explorer is spelled like Swiper, SWIPER, not no SWIPA, which would be Swiper. So y'all need the Reading Rainbow. I got to play Reading Rainbow for y'all. So I'm looking at Dora Explorer, and they pronounce this nigga named Swiper. So let me play Reading Rainbow for everybody in the chat.
It's so funny.
Man, you reading like you slow, cuz.
I can go twice as high.
Nah, it just show up different.
Take a look.
Y'all just went live before, it look
A
different.
reading rainbow.
What's going down?
Anywhere. Friends to know.
It's a lot of comments on here.
A reading rainbow.
Cuz can't read. Who can't read? Derek Harris. Who is that?
Take a look. It's in a book. A reading
Screenshot SS that shit for me, please. What do SS mean? Can somebody help me with that? I don't know what SS mean. Get off here. Get off here. I know I'm here. I'm here.
And I'm back here for these non-spelling, writing ass dudes on here. Try to tell me how some shit is pronounced. Sean says, you act like you ain't watched cartoons when you was 5. Man, I watched real cartoons and shit. They wouldn't dare ever in my time made no weak ass cartoons like Dora the Explorer, no Barney the Dinosaur shit. See, when I watch cartoons will talk about your black ass. But I grew up with cartoons that offend niggas today. Disney had old slow ass black motherfuckers on. They fucked up. They filed for that shit. A skunk who was getting at bitches. Man, Bugs Bunny getting blasted by that old country ass rebel nigga. Like y'all couldn't watch that shit. See, y'all cartoons got affected when old naggy ass Karen ass white women start complaining and shit. They start doing all that complaining. Oh, we don't need to see this violence in the cartoons and this and that. And this and that, we don't want to see this happen. The same women who wouldn't watch their own goddamn kids. When black people stop watching their kids and shit, then the motherfuckers get to complaining about the cartoons and shit. And then the cartoons turn to a bunch of pussy shit. That's why the kids act crazy nowadays. Y'all watch weak ass cartoons. Y'all offended by everything. So y'all ain't grow up watching offensive shit. Like we had all type of shit. Yeah, Popeye and all that shit. Popeye bitch get taken every week. And he go right back with the bitch. We had stupid ass niggas. That nigga Popeye get beat up by that big ass nigga. That nigga. That was some straight up crackhead shit. And let me play this shit. What's that bitch name? That bitch name was Olive Oil or something. That nigga Popeye. He fight for the most garbage bitch on fucking the existence of just anything. Let me see. Popeye's girlfriend. That bitch was weak. Oh my God. She was trash, but that nigga loved her. Let me show that shit. That nigga used to get beat the fuck up over this bitch. Cause this old rapist ass nigga be taking this girl, just snatch her up. That nigga use her up. Every show this nigga raping this chick. Yeah, this big ass nigga. They just take this nigga, bitch. Every episode about this nigga beating Popeye up for his bitch. That shit is crazy. And look at his bitch ass take her back. Look, his forearms all big because he be jerking off. That was the shit they was talking about with Popeye. The nigga forearms was big because he was jerking off his shit. That nigga a sucker, man. Matter of fact, that's how that nigga, man, the dude who used to be buying he used to have that book where you can order them little prostitutes from around the world. How Popeye face looked, that's how that dude face looked. That nigga had no teeth. He used to look like this fool. But Olive Oil is the most trash looking bitch ever put in a cartoon. Look at her clothes. Look at her clothes are just raggedy. And this nigga would just take the coochie. That nigga would take the coochie every episode and Popeye will fight for her. That nigga is the biggest trick ever. Y'all couldn't grow up with cartoons like we had. That's why they brought Dora the Explorer and Captain Planet and all that other shit. They'll teach y'all to be nice. Teach y'all nice shit. We grew up with motherfucking black folks with stupid old cartoons. They lazy, they slow. Them niggas just offensive. The Mexicans was a little speedy ass rat. They had even the Mexicans, they'll depict as drunk rats and all type of shit. The French people stunk. It was a little skunk nigga be trying to mac bitches and shit. Like y'all niggas grew up with Dora the Explorer, big purple ass Barney and shit. And then says for everybody in the chat, absolutely playing that Reading Rainbow for all these fools in the chat. Velocity Cuss says it came from Jordan Brand. Says when K-Law or when I can't call him Claw. You gotta put a C on that shit. When K-Law says was endorsed with Nike. And Jashawn says that's how Deron Fox spells it. Well, Deron Fox can't fucking spell or pronounce the shit. And then unless y'all pronounce it wrong, because you don't spell swiper with no A. And then Picasso says if you put a vowel says at the end of a word, says that's how a vowel in it, the first vowel it. Boy, this is why y'all be thinking my eyes bad. These niggas can't fucking write. If you put a vowel at the end of a word, says that's how a vowel in it. The first this fucking little post you put as Nolan boy. I can't even read that shit. It came off talking about vowels and shit, trying to write a smart comment and just fucked it all the way up. And Jashawn said that shit was whack in the 80s. Man, we had the best cartoons coming up. We had the dopest fucking cartoons coming up in the 80s. Our cartoons, niggas had guns and shit. Nigga, they be shooting niggas' faces off in our cartoons and shit, dropping rocks on niggas' heads and shit. But our cartoons is the best. We didn't have all that weak shit. It wasn't until the old weak-ass suburban mothers came in fucking the cartoons up and then wonder why they kids are zesty as fuck. Them niggas weak. They niggas didn't even have wrestling, man. They didn't have wrestling. Niggas be jumping off the top rope and slamming niggas. Them broads thought that shit was too violent. And that's where all that liberal shit come from. That shit really come from white mothers and shit. Just fucking everything off, pussyfying everything. And then he says, First BX says, Yosemite Sam. Yeah, that nigga said, you little scandrone. That nigga got his 2 guns. Nigga in there busting that shit. That nigga was crazy. We grew up watching that shit. That nigga in there, what that nigga said, yeah, with that little varmint that nigga just coming ready to kill shit. Niggas watched that shit. That nigga came in ready to kill everything. That nigga was crazy, man. The First BX says a Popeye type nigga, man. Said Reggie Pop. No, I ain't. That's one thing I refuse. I think that's why I was the way I am. I refuse to be like Popeye. Ain't no fucking way. That nigga get beat up every day for that raggedy bitch. Just for Brutus stuff. What's that fool name? Brutus or some shit? Just for that nigga to snatch his girl up and just run through her. It's like we was watching that shit. Nigga go in there just to take the cooch. Just to fucking, that nigga is foul as fuck. He wasn't gonna spit no game. Get over here, bitch. I'm ready to hit. And then Picasso says Elmer Fudge. Yeah, that was no. Elmer Fudge was, who was Elmer Fudge? No, the crazy nigga with the guns was Elmer Fudge was. Is Elmer Fudge a nigga said that's a slow talking fool? I think I saw a little pretty. Wait, what was Elmer Fudge? Elmer Fudge is. Oh no, Elmer Fudge is the hunter dude. He says, that's the little hunter dude. No, not him. I'm talking about that crazy ass nigga with the 2 guns. He says, he that hunter nigga. No, not Elmer Fudge. It was the other nigga. The where he put his son, Yosemite Sam. That's his name. Yosemite Sam was that crazy nigga. That nigga coming there busting. He always looking to kill that nigga Bugs Bunny and shit. Elmer Fudge, I think, used to hunt Daffy Duck. I think he used to hunt Daffy. And then CJ says, they said Popeye says a meth head. That nigga probably was all that shit, man. We watched some crazy shit in cartoons. And then we actually had meth heads we used to watch. That nigga Macho Man was a straight up dope thing. We used to watch Macho Man, Hulk Hogan, and remember they start beefing over the bitch when they brought, what's her name, Scary Sherry or Scary Mary, whatever her name. And them niggas was beefing over. I think that shit was some real life shit. I think they start beefing in real life over her. And then Vlasica says you was watching Fat Albert and the Thundercats. I used to watch Thundercats. I never watched Fat Albert. I never got into the Fat Albert. And I remember that shit blew up because of FUBU and shit. But I didn't watch Fat Albert. Not growing up. And then CJ says, that's why he was on one. Yeah, that nigga popped that can of spinach just to be able to get back. That nigga was popping straight PDs and shit. That nigga was on the motherfucking juice. Nigga popping spinach out the can. Like that shit gonna make you strong. And Picasso says, what do you call Yosemite Sam? No, Yosemite Sam. Yeah, Brutus. Brutus used to snatch Popeye bitch and try to just go raw on her. And they go raw on her stanky, skinny ass. And he says, Betty Boop says a prostitute. Yeah, Betty Boop used to be selling ass. You see that shit? She just walk around like a high-class hoe. And then we grew up watching that shit. Blasey cuts it and rolling. Like, these niggas got Dora the Explorer. I wouldn't dare watch any of that new age cartoons. Like, I like cartoons from my era. I don't watch none of this new age shit. Unless it's just some raw shit. Like, it got to be like a South Park or the Boondocks. I fuck with that shit because I can relate to it. Those cartoons is the closest shit to the era of when I came a Family Guy and them. I usually have cartoons that push the envelope. What was the shit with Bender? That shit used to be funny to me too. What was that shit called? What was the shit with the funny ass robot? That nigga Bender. That nigga used to be funny as fuck to me. Picasso says Wimpy says, can I borrow a burger today and pay you back Wednesday? And then First BX says my son says get his spinach, and get right. Says my son get his spinach, says and get right. Says don't play with him. Or he be thinking that spinach shit make him strong as shit. Spinach would be the nastiest shit ever. And I used to be thinking, then you gotta eat that shit to get strong. I'm gonna stay weak. That spinach shit nasty as fuck back in the day. It's just the way people used to cook it. And the Picasso says Popeye had to eat spinach to fight. Yeah, that was him putting drugs in his needle. I mean, in his arms and shit. That's basically what the spinach shit for Popeye. That nigga in the fight using fucking steroids and shit. And then so yeah, that's that motherfucking cartoon. Futurama. I used to like that shit. As I got older, cartoons I watched would be cartoons that just wasn't on that soft shit. Futurama, I fuck with that shit, was funny as fuck. The Simpsons I liked for a while until I got older. I stopped watching The Simpsons. South Park got funny as fuck. The Boondocks shit, even though I didn't really watch the Boondocks like that, but when I watch it, that shit funny as fuck. That Family Guy shit was funny. Like cartoons just gotta have just a raw ass edge to that shit. But like I said, Sean and them came up watching Barney and Dora the Explorer. Y'all cartoons got weak. Them white women fucked it up. The more white women fucked it up. And the Fresh BX says, I be smoking broccoli. Says, Mama told me, says, eat my veggies. And then Jashawn says, kids today says, don't watch Doors. Says, don't watch Doors. Says, don't watch Door. And then how you gonna finish it? Look how y'all be writing. Kids today don't watch Door. That should have been the end of the system. Says, Door came out like in 2000. Man, I gotta teach you niggas how to write. And the Go Young DJ says, my favorite cartoon was Goofy Movie. Yeah, I fucked with that Goofy Movie. We was in Chicago when that shit came out. I'm trying to think, did we go to the theater and watch that shit? I think we may have watched that shit at the theater. My other favorite movie came out, we was in Chicago. My other favorite movie of all times is Apollo 13. That was my shit. I like so it'd be funny, like my top movies be like hood movies, and then Apollo 13 is in there and shit. That shit like fall in my top 3, top 5. And then Picasso says Popeye was on that 90-day, what is that, finance or fiance. And that motherfucking found the raggediest bitch to want to be with him, had to fight for it every fucking week. And I think that's how young girls growing up in my area used to think you're supposed to fight over him and shit. And the Picasso says Three Stooges and Benny Hill. I used to like that Benny Hill shit. Says in Hee Haw, says was early 70s. I used to like Benny Hill. That shit was still coming on TV when I was young. That little silent comedy, and sometimes they have where some of the people will talk. And the Vlasi Cuss says I need that Skrilla. Says that little nigga love that Fetty. And then pound for pound in the building, salute. And then CJ says so my show was Scooby Doo. Says they were hippies. Now we used to love that shit. I used to love the Smurfs. That shit, that's how that shit used to come on. Then we'll go in the house. Me and then Tyrone go in the house when that shit. I know I did. I used to love catching the Smurfs and Scooby Doo. And then when them niggas start bringing Scrappy Doo on that shit, I used to love that shit. That shit, and that's funny because the Smurfs used to come on. Because I think the Smurfs used to come on USA Network, which I think BT was on that shit too. Because USA towards the night would turn into where they'll do music shit. I think that's where Video Soul was on. That shit had turned into like some black, like the black kind of content would come on that shit. You'll catch on one of them days, they'll be doing the music shit. I think Video Soul, that Donnie Simpson shit came on from that. But we'll watch the Smurfs. And even in the Smurfs, the one girl was like a little hoe and shit. And then you had the motherfucking Scooby-Doo shit come on. And then Velocity cuts in there. Rolling CJ says high and hallucinating, says about monsters, laugh out loud. Yeah, man, we had some way out cartoons back in the day. The cartoons was sick back then. Then they start coming with all that old weak ass shit. Especially at the little white kids start shooting up the schools and shit. Then all the mothers would want to blame everything outside of the way they raise their kids. It's the cartoons, it's the video games, it's all this other stuff but us. It ain't the little raggedy ass music they listen to. No, that's rap music. And the Go Young DJ says hooked on phonics. And then Picasso says Speed Racer. Speed Racer was trash. Penelope, Pit Stop. Those are way older cartoons than me. Maybe that's from y'all era. I think Picasso older than me. And then yeah, that Speed Racer shit. That shit used to come on, but Speed Racer looked garbage as fuck to me in my era. And then First BX says Velocity Cuss says that's that shit. So that's that shit they don't be playing on says on this music show. It says that shit that Velocity Cuss wrote in there. That nigga always be quoting rap music and shit. That nigga be knowing a lot of rap music and shit. He almost know rap music like that nigga Megazar and shit. And then Velocity Cuss says, remember Tales from the Crypt on HBO? Says I was like 6 watching it. I used to love that shit, even though that shit sometimes a scary motherfucker. That damn Tales from the Crypt shit was some scary shit. They did a hell of a fine job. I wonder why they canceled that shit. Probably once again, the little suburban mothers probably coming around there complaining, doing all that other shit and getting real shit taken off of TV. Because that was the one thing them little suburban bitches was doing. Is doing all that complaining about every fucking thing, except they don't complain when their kids go shoot up a school and shit. And then Fresh BX says, Hooked on Phonics says, really raised me. I used to see that dumb shit, them dumbass commercials and shit, but I never knew anybody that brought that shit. I never knew nobody that had no Hooked on Phonics and shit. And then Picasso says, Elmer Fudd says was hunting Bugs Bunny. Oh, he did say 100 rounds. I just think that nigga used to want to be busting shots at Daffy Duck. Because who's the nigga used to shoot Daffy Duck face off? Wasn't that Elmer Fudd? And then Velocity Cuss says, nah, BX says you need to put Reg on those East Coast classics. Now I listen to East Coast music. He need to put Deuce on that shit. And then Picasso says Sam was a rebel, says that always talked about crossing the Dixie line. Yeah, that's because he was on that Confederate shit. He was one of the more Confederate niggas wanted black people with slavery and shit. That's the ill shit with them old ass cartoons and shit. They used to have racist shit glaring in your face and shit. Velocity Cuss says they used to call Melissa Ford Jessica Rabbit. No, Melissa Ford came out way, way after that Jessica Rabbit shit. Wait, no, ain't Jessica the broad from what's that movie, Roger Rabbit and shit? And that's the white girl, right? Ain't Jessica Rabbit the white girl, little slutty white girl? And I never liked that Roger Rabbit shit. I never really watched it. I remember they even gave that motherfucker a movie. First BX says the Boombox says got to be the greatest cartoon ever. Yeah, like for when that shit came out, and they was ahead of their time with that shit. That shit was way ahead of its time, man. That shit is still classic. It's unfortunate that they canceled that shit. And it was Futurama. That was my shit. That nigga Bender was funny as fuck on that shit. All the characters on Futurama was funny as fuck to me. And Deshaun says them not new cartoons, bro. Laugh out loud. Says Boondocks came out like 20 years ago. No, but they were in the realm of cartoons we growing up that didn't do all that soft shoeing shit. Them motherfuckers is offensive and covered shit and didn't give a fuck. That's how I like cartoons. And then Deshaun says they knew compared to the 80s, says if that's what you're saying. And then Matthew says the Boondocks is good. Shit, good. Boondocks is a great ass cartoon. Great cartoon. That shit was conscious, socially aware, covered from a comical angle while making a message. It don't get no greater than that shit. That's the other thing great with South Park, even though the graphics on South Park is so low budgeted, but that's what makes South Park great as a great cartoon. Low budget ass quality in the fucking drawings, but comical as a motherfucker and would offend shit while making a message. And Velocity cuts in there rolling. Go Young DJ says King of the Hill. King of the Hill was cool, was different. I didn't like it, but I thought it was different, like for them to have like some old like a redneck type of cartoon and shit. And then and the Picasso says He-Man, says Inspector Gadget. I used to like Inspector Gadget. Says in Transformers, I used to like Transformers too, even though I didn't know what the fuck Transformer was about. Never followed the storyline. I guess I watched Transformer like a dumbass kid. I just be amped up when the cars turn into like some like human form shit or whatever they turn into their little fighting form. But as far as what the storyline and shit, I didn't catch on to that shit in cartoons and shit. I'd just be watching and just entertained by the fighting and shit. I wasn't like how some people be in the comic books and they used to know this, and I used to trip off of friends that follow comic books and they'll talk all this in-depth shit about comic books. And I'd be like, shit, I just read this shit. I know it's all this shit to it. And then you go to episode, like, damn, you niggas is way overboard with that shit. That's why I don't watch none of the Marvel movies. I ain't into none of that Marvel or DC comic movies. People now be loyalists to one brand and shit. It says Inspector Gadget. I used to like that shit. Says the Transformer, like that shit. Says it was popping. Says when I was since in third grade. And G.I. Joe. I used to like the G.I. Joe cartoon a little bit, but never followed the storyline of that shit. I'd be like when they fighting this shit. And then CJ says, yes, his King of the Hill was hard. Talking about DJ. Yeah, and then y'all younger too when that shit came out. And then First BX says the way Riley predicted, the way all these YNs says will dress today, says can never be duplicated. And then Matthew says Ron DeSantos says looks like a Smurf. Ron DeSantos look like a bitch that need to be deported. And then Picasso says Scooby-Doo, says Gilligan Island. Love Boat. Them niggas is them fucking things are not cartoons, man. Scooby-Doo, Gilligan's Island, Love Boat, says Dallas with JR, says Lassie. Says Westerns was what I was watching, says because my mom watched it, says Gunsmoke. That means you sat on front of the TV all day as a kid, because them shits came on in the daytime. That means your ass sat right at the TV, wasn't going outside. And then First BX says missing out on Hooked on Phonics, says explains everything, man. Nah, nigga like me know how to read and shit. You niggas can't write. But it be some words I do fuck up when I ain't come across certain words in a while. And then Picasso says Tom and Jerry, that was my shit. I used to love that Tom and Jerry shit. There's no doubt about that. CJ says Bender used to get lotuses off beer, says it passed out. That motherfucking nigga was funny as fuck. So he was hella comedy, says now that I think about it, says I was watching that as a little kid, man, that nigga Bender was off the wall, homie. That nigga funny. They be having little robot bitches. That nigga gonna pick up robot hookers. I like these niggas crazy for this shit. But that shit, what did that shit used to come on? That shit I think used to come on Comedy Central or some shit. And then Matthew says, yeah, so these kids grow up soft now. Yeah, niggas watching Barney and shit. I remember when that Barney shit came out, you start hearing niggas talking about I love you and you love me. Like, what the fuck is this shit? A big nice ass Tyrannosaurus Rex. That nigga gay as a motherfucker. Tyrannosaurus Rex would never been on that shit. In my era, that nigga Barney be chasing you around, biting your head off of some shit. And remember that Nickelodeon shit? What was that? The Legion? Oh, Nickelodeon used to have them dope ass game shows. That's what that fool Omar Gooding was on one of them Nickelodeon shows. They used to have some dope ass shows on there. And they used to have a show back where Gerald be taking everybody to what's the place that Gerald be taking us all to? Golf and stuff. They used to be at that shit, the Nickelodeon show that Omar Gooding was on. They used to have them crazy ass game challenges. And then they used to have the Temple of Doom. I used to be wishing I got a chance to go on that shit as a kid. Nickelodeon was fire back in the day. Outside of cartoons, Nickelodeon used to have that shit. And then Velocity Cuss says no more Tom and Jerry in boxing, says Turkey a la sheep. And then oh yeah, no, yeah, you right about that shit. Talking about boxers running this shit. This nigga Velocity Cuss be quoting all type of shit. And then Picasso says, that skunk named Simon says in that Tweety. No, the skunk name wasn't Simon. So the skunk named Simon says the skunk on that shit was called Pepper Le Pew. And he says that Tweety Bird is always saying, I thought I saw a putty. No, you got their names fucked up. That nigga name was Sylvester. And shit. I remember the one homie be always trying to tease me on that shit. Cause I remember one day I was crying. I was about to whoop this nigga ass. Cause he was talking about my cat. That nigga called my cat Sylvester. I think the cat died. I'm in there crying because we found our cat dead. And this nigga there laughing. He called the cat Sylvester. Man, I was about to beat this nigga ass. I was in there crying like a motherfucker. Our dad holding me back and shit. I was mad over that cat. I think somebody poisoned our cat and shit. We had a little badass Siamese cat. Man, I like cats. I like cats like a motherfucker. And it was like, man, it was a cat. Matter of fact, artists gave us that cat. It was a Siamese cat. That cat was cold-blooded. That cat used to be fucking cats up over there too. That cat was cold-blooded. And then that nigga used to attack niggas, all that shit. And then CJ says Rugrat was gay. I used to love the Rugrats. And Doug. I used to watch the Rugrat, Doug. It was another cartoon. I used to like that Rocco shit. But Doug and the Rugrat, I used to watch that shit. I think I was in the 9th grade when that shit was out. I was in the 9th grade watching Rugrats and shit. Says they used to be on a mission. Says Rocket Power 2. I never heard of that Rocket Power one. Vice Cuss says Captain Planet was funky. Man, that old peaceful ass show. They got kids watching Captain Planet while you niggas building nukes and shit. And then CJ says, yes, I never got into comics, says all the Marvel, Universal, DC shit. So I'll be lost as hell. That's why I don't watch none of the movies. I don't be want to watch none of that shit. My kids better never ask to go to the movie to watch any of that shit. I don't want to sit in the movies watching that shit. Like none of that shit. Like I just never follow that shit. But like I say, the like people who watch them comics, man, I never knew they was that interesting. Like hearing them talk about that shit. And then CJ says, but I love a good Batman movie and Spider-Man. Yeah, I like that Batman shit. When when Batman was goofy, like the first Batman with Michael Keaton, that shit was on some goofy ass shit. I liked that shit. But then when that shit got serious and shit, when did it get serious? The dude that died, that fool was a dope fiend. The nigga that played the Joker. Oh, that shit got funky as a motherfucker. When that Batman shit went dark and wasn't on that goofy shit. Like even though I watched those, and it's crazy, whoever made that comic book had to be that great that Batman can go from it being kind of kid friendly and goofy, its villains goofy and all that shit, and then they go into some straight sinister shit. When that dude, because I watched the other Joker when Jack Nicholson played that nigga. Then that other fool, what was that fool? Heath Ledger, that nigga. Oh my God. Them fools went into that dark shit with that shit. And then I guess I'm guaranteed the most suburban ass mamas got to complaining about that shit. Because it was a white dude. Matter of fact, that's what it was. A white dude went in the damn movie and shot the shit up. The little white kid shot the movie up. And I'm pretty sure little white women went in there complaining the movie made the white kid do the shit. And the Deuce Time says DC only, homie. I don't even know what's on DC Comics. Like, I don't be knowing that because like I said, I never follow comics and shit. Jashawn says Raleigh had me dying. Said when he said he was gonna be the first nigga, says to be a blood in the Crip. Man, he said some shit like that. Them niggas on that show was stupid as fuck. The rapper nigga, that nigga, what's the nigga who a coon, fucking Uncle Ruckus. The grandpa got he got the issue with the other old man. The grandpa be getting pimped out by them broads. That little cordy ass lawyer. And then Matthew says, Ren and Stimpy says will never be shown to today's. Hell no, that shit wouldn't. Beavis and Butthead. Remember that crazy ass shit? Beavis and fucking Butthead used to come on. And that shit was crazy as fuck. Matter of fact, I think that's where the Hank Hill shit come from. Ain't Hank Hill supposed to be that old man from Beavis and Butthead? And that's supposed to be when he was younger. Said Boondog said, oh, I'm gonna check that shit out. I'm gonna check that one out. And then First BX says Velocity Cuss says a theme song. He says that's a theme song. Jashawn and Roland. Picasso said, man, y'all writing to me. I was trying to end this shit. Y'all keep writing comments. And then Picasso says I was at the Ramada, says and dude at the front desk says was like, you want to see something? Says he pulled out a book. So he pulled out a book, says with the cartoon stuff in it. Says in Lubbock, Texas, says I was at the hotel, says that host cartoon. Man, where the fuck does Picasso brain think to write these boneheaded ass comments? Like, what the fuck he be thinking when he write this shit? And Vlasica says you be fucking hella words up. Says I be double checking my grammar, man. No, double check y'all grammar because y'all grammar, the way y'all write shit be all the way fucked up. And then, but then I do admit when I can't pronounce a word. That's why when I see the books, it'd be enough for me to go pull that glossary shit up. And Matthew says, when I was a kid, says back in the mid 90s, says we made fun of Barney. Barney was the dumbest shit. Even that damn the other shit, when I knew TV started getting into that weak shit, was when that motherfucking that damn Power Ranger shit came out. Cause I remember the homies had a bunch of little brothers. Them niggas, we was at Just Yours. Them fools coming apart, throwing kicks and all kind of shit. Was like, what kind of shit these little kids on? Then you hear these fools talking about some white, whatever the motherfuckers, always them colors and shit. And they act like they jumping you and shit. And they start seeing that shit come on after the cartoons as you get out of school. Like, what kind of goofy ass shit is this? Then the little monsters look all fucking goofy as fuck. But that Power Ranger shit turned out to be a big hit because of the kids got soft. Ain't no way in my era we would have ever accepted that damn Power Ranger shit. I know I wouldn't. I wouldn't have watched that shit. I didn't like that Power Ranger. I thought that shit was goofy. And then even when they get hit by shit, them niggas do that. Oh, sparks fly off, niggas get back up. And then Pound for Pound says Wild and Crazy Kids. That's the name of them shows. Nickelodeon had, damn, that's crazy to remember the name of that shit. Them fools had some dope ass shit. I might go back and watch that shit. And the match says Omar Gooding says on Wild and Crazy Kids, I think. Man, I'm gonna go just for some nostalgic shit. Go back and watch that shit. And then CJ says I used to want to go on Slime Time. That slime shit used to be dope on that. See, that's from the Nickelodeon shit. When they used to slime niggas on the damn, it would be like a kid Jeopardy game. If you got something wrong, they dropped the slime. Nickelodeon was the shit. Says Slime Time at Universal City Walk. Says Nick Cannon used to host it. See, Nick Cannon probably became their later host. And he says, I used to think he owned Nickelodeon as a kid. That was a crazy shit with Nick Cannon. When people found out that nigga was fucking Mariah Carey, nobody believed that shit. We just trying to make it be, I guess, because Mariah never showed. Oh no, she was married to Tommy Mottola. Nobody understood that. How this Nickelodeon nigga fucking this bitch, and then Nick Cannon fucking all kind of bitches. Nigga fucking every bitch walking earth and shit. That nigga to knock Mariah motherfucking ass up. I know that pissed Tommy Mottola off. Like that nigga done did all this insecure shit with the bitch, couldn't even get a kid out of her. And then Picasso says you right, says always right with Reggie. Yes, indeed. Picasso says Crip walking cat. And then Matthew says Rocco Modern Life says, and Hey Arnold. Man, I used to like that Hey Arnold shit and Rocco. I used to like Rocco. That nigga Rocco was funny. You know, even as I used to like SpongeBob. That shit used to be funny as fuck to me too. SpongeBob was funny as fuck. Them niggas be fucking with that nigga Squidward and shit. And he be fucking with Squidward and shit. Then he had that stupid ass friend, that purple nigga. And then CJ says, Hey Arnold says came on around that time too. Says Rocket Power says had the kids, says he used to skateboard. Okay, see, you used to like skateboarding. Yeah, I didn't watch that Rocket Power shit. But I used to like the Doug and that shit. Beavis and Butthead was putting me on classic rock. Yeah, they'll play the little rock and roll music in between that shit. Then them niggas even got a movie and shit. Niggas got a Beavis and Butthead movie. And then Jashawn says Kids Next Door says one of my favorite cartoons as a kid. Man, I don't think I ever heard the name of that shit. That's definitely some young kid shit. Matthew says I watch a lot of Dragon Ball Z too. Says got me into MMA. See, that's what some of the homies when I got in the army, man, all them niggas used to be talking Dragon Ball Z. I said, how the fuck do you watch this shit? That shit used to be so stupid to me, but I guess you got to be into that shit. I never understood that shit. But some of them fools be amped by that shit. They be amped by all that, what's the Japanese cartoons? Anime. They be into that anime shit. I see a lot of Japanese people with that shit on their cars and shit. Why the fuck you like the anime shit? Like, I don't be getting that shit. I just don't get that. Dragon Ball Z is a huge cartoon, but I ain't never got into that shit. And then Matthew says the Heath Ledger. And the CJ says, yeah, Dark Knight was hard as hell. Says nigga had that, nigga had the Lamborghini and shit. Like, man, that's them niggas went. Whoever directed that shit to take over like multiple sequel movies that do multiples, they knocked that shit out the park with that shit. Like, how do you go from Batman being a goofy ass movie and then making this shit to where it's like violent than a motherfucker? And then Picasso says I was like the Joker and says I like the Joker and Suicide Squad, says the one with Will Smith in it. So I never watched that shit. Cause me, I ain't a movie type person either. I'm not a movie type person. It take years for me to go to watch movies and shit. And then after going watching the movie with my kids, I ain't into that movie shit. Them niggas had me watching some stupid ass fucking movie called Dog Man or whatever that shit was. That shit was so stupid. Lassie Cuss says, Ax Beavis says, I got nothing but head. And then Jashawn says, yes, I sent you the clip, laughing my ass off on the Blood and Crip rally. And then Matthew says, Mike Judge says, did Beavis and Butthead, says, and did King of the Hill. Mike Judge did a lot of shit, because I see that nigga name on a lot of shit. He did a lot of shit. He got some other cartoons too. And then Jashawn says, Boondock says, the only show since I've seen 1,000 times, I laugh every time I seen it. See, YouTube be running, like somebody got a YouTube channel where they run that shit as a marathon. And I was watching that shit at one of these lives I did. And I remember y'all was talking about that shit. And I was watching that shit, man. That shit was having me dying. But I had seen it before, but I never watched it like religiously like that. And then Picasso said, laughing at Velocity Cuts. And then Velocity Cuts said, long live Big L, Picasso. And then Matthew says, and the Boondock says, Gangstalicious says, has some songs that go hard, man. The motherfuckers, Gangstalicious, the nigga who moved in the neighborhood. He moved in the neighborhood, beating all that music and shit. Bringing the property value down, but rallying them like that nigga. Because Gangstalicious, I think Snoop Dogg was on the episode with that shit. And then CJ says, Mad Head says, oh yeah, Jerry was in that soundtrack. That's right. Him and Young Will was on that shit. He says Mad Head says it was on Beavis and Butthead. R.I.P. to Mad Head, man. R.I.P. to Jerry. Says Beavis and Butthead movie soundtrack. Says it's called Pimpin' Ain't Easy. And then Picasso says Velocity Cuss says you talking about the swimming pool. Says in South Dallas says everybody used to go to. Says called Big L. Man, Big L is a rapper he talking about. And then Sean there laughing at Patrick. Velocity Cuts in there rolling. Oh, yeah. Patrick is the nigga from SpongeBob, the purple fool. That's that fool name. Patrick was stupid as shit. And then First BX in there rolling. He says Big L's a rapper, Picasso. This nigga talking about a pool. I told you about Picasso. Picasso done took too many kicks to the head. That nigga stayed in martial arts too long. That nigga been kicked too many times. And then Velocity Cuss says Picasso says Big L says was a legendary rapper. Says that was from heart. Is Big L really legendary though? Like people be doing like as much as Deuce be saying that like Nipsey blew up after he died. No, I think that's the case with Big L. Big L is not a legendary rapper. And then Matthew says Dragon Ball Z says is a Japanese mango like anime or manga anime. See, yeah, I don't get that Dragon Ball Z, but that motherfucker got a lot of fans in that shit. And then Go Young DJ said, remember Wayne Head says on remember Wayne Head or says are the PJs. I remember the PJs, that was my shit. But that shit only lasted like one season. That was an Eddie Murphy cartoon production. And I think they should have gave Eddie more shots. Let me see. Yeah, I think they canceled the PJs after one season. Let me check on that. PJs cartoon. Yeah, because the graphics was cool on that shit. That shit had some pretty good graphics on that shit. Oh, wait, no, I got to put the PJs because they got a kid show called the PJs. Oh, wait, no, here it is. The PJs. Let me see. Touchstone says in his first 2 seasons. Oh, it had more than one season. Let me see. When did that shit out? It says, wait, 3 seasons? Wait, did I get that shit wrong? Oh, it was on Fox. See, I don't remember when it went to the WB. It says original release. So it was 1 season. 90. So January 99, September. So maybe that is 2 seasons. 2 seasons on Fox. And then 1 on the WB. So I don't remember what was on the WB. But they should have continued that motherfucking show going. Because that shit got funny as hell. So he went 3 seasons. So 1 on Warner Brothers. The other 2 were on Fox. Yeah, season 1 and 2. Yeah, that shit was a hellified, funny ass cartoon because they had the nigga with a crackhead on that shit. That nigga had a crack whore. These niggas living in the project. This shit was stupid. And the Blessy Cusses Picasso says he was part of the DITC rap group, says with Fat Joe. Man, Picasso don't know none of that shit. Picasso from Texas, man. He from the country part of Texas. Matthew says, don't watch the Emoji movie. Says it sucks, man. I don't want to watch no kid ass movies. after watching that Dogman shit. No, because every movie I took them to go watch, man, I was just like, man, let me get the fuck out of here. We went to go see that Jurassic. It was a Jurassic Park movie. That shit was so fucking stupid. Like, how the hell you fucked up Jurassic Park? And I don't know why Jurassic Park keep letting these niggas make the movie. Like, who the fuck? This shit is bad as like when the fools let the other people do The Godfather. Like, how the fuck you let these fools fuck this movie brand off? And then I said, like, whoever touched the Batman movie went like, it was cool. People rock was on kids shit. Then they did that Dark Knight. That shit just went like that. It was one little whack ass one they did when they had Batman with Robin. I think that shit looked stupid. I think that's the one with was Arnold Schwarzenegger. Who was the one with the green looking motherfucker? I think that was Arnold Schwarzenegger. That was like one of the last ones, part of the little goofy shit. When that shit went dark, man, them fools was knocking that shit out the park. And then Costa says, Velocity Cut says, with Fat Joe. And then he says, remember Spawn? I never watched Spawn, but that's the one with the black dude who do karate. Michael, what's that fool name? The Michael fool be on Vlad's show all the time. And Velocity Cut says, Facts of Picasso. And he says, I remember Pun. Deshaun says, you got to see the episode. Says where Uncle Ruckus says, go to Foot Locker. And Mad said, Mad, they ain't no white players, shoes. I'm a Debbie had to see that shit. In there, LeBron James, Allen Iverson says, can I get a shoe named after a white man? That shit, man. Because that's what I laugh at shit like that. That's what was funny when that nigga Charleston White was calling that fight the other day. And it was the black dude against that white dude with the little nasty SS symbols on him. He talking about whoop that nigga ass. I think I'd be dying like a motherfucker. That motherfucker Charleston stupid as place said, whoop that nigga ass. He said, whoop his black motherfucking ass. He did knock that nigga out. Velocity Cuss said, yes, Big L's was a legend in Harlem World. Says, why you think Hove and Dame says wanted to sign him? Probably because he's on his way up. He probably was lyrical and shit. I remember I brought that nigga album because all the cats, we was on music tough in the army, and all the cats in the army was like talking him up and shit. He had just died. I brought that shit. His voice too annoying. That nigga voice is annoying as shit. And then Matthew says these movies nowadays are just cash grabs. Yeah, the movies now sucks. Them motherfuckers sucks. They too big on making some motherfuckers some heartthrob, and then some old flat butt bitch, some old like she's sexy and she not. I don't follow like white Hollywood people's fucking depiction of beauty standards. They bitches is raggedy. They bitches is lame as fuck. Like, what's that bitch? They be trying to make the broad off of Friends. What's her name? Jennifer Aniston. Like, that bitch whack as fuck. All them bras on TV whack. Man, you gotta go into the 50s and shit. It's about the best thing Hollywood people did back when Marilyn Monroe was around. Diane Dors, who was the coldest white chick in existence. All that other shit, the movies be whack. They be trying to make it about some old bitch. Man, get these raggedy hoes the fuck up out of here. Bitches weak, like more trash ass directors. And then Picasso says the wacky motherfucker the wacky motherfucker was Arnold, says as Mr. Freeze. Yeah, that's that whack ass one. That shit was weak as fuck. Steven from Buzz says Michael J. White. Yeah, that's who plays Spawns. And then he said he in there rolling. And then he says the other wacky shit was dude that played Beetlejuice, says play Batman. Michael Keaton, yeah. Michael Keaton and shit. Michael Keaton played a hell of a job with Beetlejuice, though. He did a hell of a job in the Beetlejuice. Even the second Beetlejuice, which I thought was gonna be whack. That's because I went with my daughter to watch that one. That motherfucking Beetlejuice 2 was a fucking good ass movie. Not like they did an actual hellified good job with that shit. And it ain't really super dark. It was a little dark in that shit, but still with the comical edge to it. And then First BX says Charleston White is probably the closest thing to Uncle Ruckus in real life. That's for real. And then he got the fuck up eye like Uncle Ruckus. He can definitely play him and shit. And then I was listening to that nigga tell the story. Matter of fact, Nick Cannon interviewed that nigga, and he told the story on how he lost his eye. Boy, this thing just been a stupid ass dude his whole fucking life, man. I could imagine what his parents went through raising his dumb ass. That is a stupid ass dude. Oh my god, man. They need to interview that nigga parents. This nigga is crazy. Parents, that shit gotta be the coldest. The motherfuckers who raised Charleston White. Oh my God. And then Matthew says Uncle Ruckus claimed that I watched the episode Uncle Ruckus. They told Uncle Ruckus story about why he hate black people. That nigga dad or somebody was whooping his ass. Oh my God, nigga. I couldn't stop laughing when I watched that shit. Them motherfucking Boondocks niggas is funny as fuck. I wish I can write shit like that. I wish I can create shit like I can just talk shit off the top of the dome. I wish I could just create some shit like that. And then Matthew says Uncle Ruckus says claimed that he had this disease, says that was called opposite of what Michael Jackson says got that made his skin white. Said Michael was a lucky bastard. That niggas is stupid on that shit. Deshaun says Zoe Kravitz says is one of the finest Catwomans since ever. Says I watched the newest Batman movie since over like 5 times because of her. See, I never watched that shit. I never watched the movies to see like a Hollywood level bitch be fine. Like even when they show Halle Berry whack titty ass naked, they thought something of that shit. Wait, what's that? No, that was a 007 movie. Like nobody give a fuck about Halle Berry titties. Halle Berry was ruined when she let the little backwood motherfucker smash her and shit. They just thought they was showing some shit because Halle Berry titty came out. Man, get the fuck out of here. And white folks standards of what bad is and shit. Halle Berry just supposed to be pretty in the face and something cool to fuck. And First BX says revitaligo. Talking about that Uncle Ruckus. And he says Uncle Ruckus says thinks that the white man says the joy to be around, says they smell like lemon juice, says and placid furniture says and plaid furniture cleaner, plaid furniture cleaner. And he says Fantastic Four says didn't get off the ground, says but I bet says if they had a couple of black people on there says it would have made it the big leagues. So it would have made it to the big leagues. I don't know about that. Like with a black character, that helps to launch it over the top. I think it's just got to be authentic. You just can't just go throwing black in on shit. And then Go Young GJ says you doing another live, so laugh out loud. No, I'll probably do a quick video on that. I'm gonna do a short on that Cuban shit. I want to go live about the Cuban shit. But I know this idiot Trump gonna have some more breaking news tomorrow morning. Let me see where the damn market is. Because the oil is above $100. That shit is at, where's that shit at? Let me see. Yeah, the markets is down again. They in the negative for the future market. So it's gonna wake up doing bad shit. This war that this nigga talked about. Netanyahu, I think, is dead, homie. Let me see. The gas done dropped, so it didn't fluctuating bad as fuck. But like I said, I think that nigga Netanyahu dead and Trump and them quiet. That's why he realized he done fucked up with them Iranian motherfuckers. But I think they done killed the new Ayatollah too. And if Vasika says White was in a washing machine accident as a kid. Yeah, that nigga done shot his eye out. They done fell in the washing machine, man. His parents telling his story gotta be funny as fuck raising that nigga. And then Picasso in there laughing at Velocity Cuts. Fresh BX says Halle Berry was something serious in Boomerang though. Yeah, that's when everybody had when she just had this nice, pretty face, high standard look to her and held an essence about herself. She held an essence to herself. Now, when she started letting that damn Billy Bob Thornton nigga ravage her and shit, they're like, bitch, you is officially disgusting. And then they try to prop her up by showing her titty in the movie. Nobody wants to see them old fucking flat ass, malnutritious ass titties. Like she got some old Serengeti ass titties. And then you look at a better titty in the National Geographic. And then Picasso says Holly's cherries has been busted wide open. And then Jashawn says she looked good. Says I wasn't even watching. Says I wasn't even watching for the comments junk. Give me 1 second. He says she looked good. Says I wasn't even watching. Says for her. Says but I couldn't deny what I was seeing. And then Zoe Kravitz is Lenny Kravitz and her daughter, right? Yeah, she a little cold chick. She a cold chick. And Picasso says Halle Berry. And then Bougie Barbie says, "Hey, hey Jen, says I'm back. Says since you changed subjects. Oh yeah, I don't know. I got on this shit. Somebody, them niggas talking about spelling the nigga name, swipe or talking about Dora the Explorer. I was talking about how they got they cartoons being softened. That's how I got on this shit. They grew up watching soft cartoons because of suburban mothers who can't stop their kids from shooting up schools and shit. They got complained about the cartoons and shit. Bougie Barbie, I read that one. Velocica says I was driving through downtown, says and saw a hella white folks protesting with Trump. Says you betrayed us signs. Always right. And then Trump don't give a fuck about these dummies, as none of these white politicians did. And then Matthew says that BB thing says with the AI is weird. Says with Trump with Trump, nothing surprises me anymore. Says if he announces some Cuban thing tomorrow, says I won't be surprised. Says he needs to be impeached. Simple as that. The nigga gonna get kicked out of office. He's going to get kicked out of office. That's why they haven't signed that damn bill. I didn't even realize the damn government is partially shut down. Anybody know that? I was always wondering why they talking about all these delays at the airport. I thought it was dealing with the damn war. They talking about the government shut down. Them TSA niggas ain't even giving the check again. Remember the little bitch in there try to roll out? She was giving them checks for the ones who decided to stay. They back again, not being paid. That shit is wild. And Jashawn was saying, yeah, talking about the Lenny Kravitz's daughter. And then Picasso says if they put the Delta Force on the job, says they do stuff in silence, says until the movies come out, says then they will say something about it. But the user the Delta Force can't fight a whole war. They just go in there and take out certain niggas as long as the timing is right. They can't fight a whole war. They can still be killed. The niggas ain't invincible. And then Bougie Barbie says, hey again. And then Matthew says these weak, lukewarm, moderate whiny ass suburban mom Karens. Yeah, the most suburban bitches always fucking up shit. They don't raise their kids. That's why they so bad at black folks. So black folks won't go watch their kids anymore. This is why they start opening the border, bringing these folks over here, letting them come into their neighborhoods to watch their kids because they don't know how to raise their kids. They even rather put their kids on other motherfuckers' titties. That'd be the funny shit when you listen to the racist shit white folks always have to say about black folks. But then you'll go and see if they had a black mother who will raise their kids, watch their little kids during slavery time, but then they get milk from this black woman. That shit is wild as fuck to me. Like that's why I love talking racial shit, because I love to just identify how stupid motherfuckers is. Bougie Bari says, yep, says still shut down, says DHS, says and a few more, says including me, says not getting paid. Oh wait, I thought you were retired, Bougie Barbie. Say, so you out there working, man? And that's some foul shit. And I wonder if they're gonna back pay motherfuckers. Because I remember when I worked at TSA, man, TSA, it wasn't over the government shutdown. They Bush and them launched that shit like a dumbass. They didn't even have shit figured out. Vasica says where the change at? Busy Bone Boys. Yeah, dudes thought Trump was gonna give him a damn check. Like I've been telling this nigga. Like you can peep these weak ass fucking lying ass politicians like Trump and all these little phony ass white folks that vote for this motherfucker and kick up this little divisive dust they kick up. And Vlasica says niggas acting like a $2,000 check from 47 is life changing, shaking my head. Right. Then the Bougie says no, says military retired, says, but I still work for the federal government. Oh, okay. Oh, you did your 20. You did 20 in that shit and still getting that dough. Oh, look at Bougie Barbie in here grinding and shit. And then the number one Reggie head in the building, man, the number one super fan of mine, says TSA ain't paying their workers, says making it hard for a player to travel. Man, yo old traveling up the Mississippi River ass, you ain't going nowhere on no plane, old slave ass nigga. Says at least I don't have TSA workers fighting, says and getting slammed on conveyor belts, laugh out loud. Oh, you man, I wonder if it's other TSA workers that I'll be wishing they released that tape of me fighting at that shit. I'll be wishing they released that tape of me fighting with old boy. Bougie Barbie says, Velocity Cut says facts. If Velocity Cuts in there rolling. The number one Reggie hater says big dude says put hands and feet on Reggie. Man, shit, you wish. I know that nigga wish he did. That nigga wish he would have put hands and feet on me. He should have, man. That, like I said, that dude, man. That's how I knew niggas was bitches. That's why I didn't like working around. I used to always be calling niggas civilians, man. That military shit had me brainwashed. I used to be like, man, I don't like working around these civilian motherfuckers. Them niggas bitch, because that's all I used to hear about this dude. And that's probably what made me want to fight the nigga. Because every time you go around, I could go work in another terminal. I'm all the way at Terminal 7. I can go work in the first terminal at LAX. And people be talking about this dude. Like, man, you seen that nigga over in Terminal 7? Man, that nigga, this and that, man. He go off and smack that nigga just gangster. I be like, man, these niggas in here are some bitches. Like, man, that's why I don't think I got cool with too many people at TSA. Like, them niggas saying all that coward shit just from looking at a dude. That's why a lot of people love talking about how tall they are and how much they weigh. Because for a lot of niggas, it intimidate them. That's what people is basing that shit off. How this nigga used to just look hard. He's just super crip the fuck out every day at work. They don't, he be looking at where he be like, get a look, like, nigga, don't talk to me. They don't look at me. And that's how people used to react to him. I used to be like, I'm going to start a fight with this nigga. And then even at work, it wasn't be starting shit with him at work. It'd be when we get off of work. Like, nigga, be on the bus bumping this nigga, acting all amped up and this and that. It was just meant for us to fight. But if he was really on some real shit, we could have waited at the work and kept our jobs. And then Matthew says busy as a Trump supporter, talking about Deuce. And then Vlasica and they're saying, yo, and then GJ says that TSA shit says don't pay, huh? Hell no, nah, man. And that was a funny thing with TSA. That's when I first get out the army too. That's when I first get, like I said, I'm part of that first hiring group at LAX. I'm part of that first hire. That's how funny that shit is with these jobs. I used to lose jobs like a motherfucker. I was part of the first hiring class at TSA at LAX. Then they send us before Denver even opened. They sent us to the Denver airport. That shit wasn't even open. They didn't even have enough people for the Denver airport to open. They brought a bunch of us from LA and shit. And then these fools go kicking us out. Cause when we get there, they petting like we all gang members and shit. We in there bringing bras into our hotel. They kick us out for being loud and shit. Over a lady complaining because we had some bras at one of the homies' hotel. When this lady leaving, we making comments and shit. This bitch go back and complain. The supervisor, they kicked us. They canceled our hotels, kicked us the fuck out, and then send us right back to LA. That's when we meet the head dude who was running the LA TSA and shit. He ended up quitting. We was going through. He was a former admiral who they brought in there. Bush had TSA so fucked up. We ran through like whatever the top people for TSA at the different city airports. Everybody was quitting. That dude quit. He didn't even take that shit serious when we got sent back. He just went in and talked to us and apologized for the way we were treated. One dude had a lawsuit against Denver airport for them jacking him up, talking about, because even like when them niggas went into downtown Denver, where that airport is far from fucking damn near Denver. I think it's far from Denver. Or matter of fact, our hotels is far from that shit. That shit might be closer to downtown Denver. I don't know. Them niggas go down to downtown Denver. This nigga talking about they was looking for the Nike outlet or some shit. He walked up to somebody, was like, you know where the Nike store? These niggas talking about they getting hemmed up. The nigga talking about, no, where are the drugs at? And if for somehow they knew, they did some CIA surveillance on a bunch of LA motherfuckers coming down here. So them niggas had, on top of us getting kicked out, them fools had a lawsuit going against the Denver airport. Don't know what happened with that shit. So it was always some funny shit. I turned down a warehouse job at the Compton, what's that Food for Less right there off the 91 in Compton, which I years later end up working at that motherfucker as loss prevention. They went on strike. They had them strikes going on and were paying like $20-something an hour. This is back in 2002. Yeah, this is 2002. These fools on strike, hiring off the top. They was hiring people like in a day, as long as you pass the drug test. TSA hiring, everybody talking about TSA, the federal government hiring. You getting federal benefits, this and that. I'm looking like, dang, for real? Rumors on how much they pay. TSA never talked about how much they were paying you until if you got the job. Then it was like way less. It was like $14 or some shit. I turned down that warehouse job to get the TSA job because I'm like, I can get all this federal, I can get, because of all the federal shit, me with military time, I can retire. I'm thinking of it like that. They hired some of the most piece of shit people you can ever think of at TSA. TSA hired all the people they can blame because they was blaming the regular security companies for 9/11 and shit, for letting those terrorists through and all that shit. They hired them same motherfuckers and just gave them a federal federal fucking title to their employment and shit. But they was some of the worst motherfuckers I ever worked around in my life. And he says, but yeah, they didn't pay. I think I was making like $14 or $15 when I started with TSA. And then they were fucking up. That's why so many of them top people was leaving. They wasn't paying niggas overtime because a lot of people working overtime, not getting paid. Then the niggas, they did everything written down. They didn't even have where you punched in. They didn't log your time in on a fucking clock to log in. Then these dumb motherfuckers brought in the actual clocks that people punch in for us to give to passengers. Well, we have these little rushes to see how fast these people get to the front of the damn line, to see how fast we're getting people through security. I'm like, it was dumb shit because the president was dumb. Bougie Barbie says, red sizing people up, says for a fight. Man, I used to always feel like, man, I'm overdue for a fight. I should feel like that back then. And like I said, I wasn't a bully, none of that shit. It'll be always like people who used to be acting overboard tough. That's why I even like on here, I don't like people who act overboard like they tough or the hardest motherfucker. I used to be feeling like I gotta fight people like that. And then Bougie Barbie says TSA pays way better now, says than it used to. And then Picasso says dude at my job says got punked, says by the same dude punking him in the says in the same. Damn, Picasso, what the hell you writing? And y'all don't use punctuations at all. He says dude at my job says get punked, says by the same dude punking them. Punking who? The same dude punking who is them? Like this how y'all write it be all. So the same dude punking them, says the same dude be speaking to me every day, says like we friends, says these old dudes, says be sensitive, says I need to retire. Let me read that again because you threw me all the way off on this one. Says dude at my job get punked by the same dude punking them is the same dude be speaking to me every day like we friends. Said these dudes said these old dudes be sensitive and need to retire. But it's wrong for a dude to be punking an old person too. And that's always the thing, like when you're dealing with people, it's people who are bully type ass people. And that's the most whole shit with bully type people is the fact they try to take advantage of weak ass people. And then the number one Reggie hater says, dude put hands on Reggie, says because Reggie got the big head, says and thought he was a company man, says trying to tell man how to do his job. No, I was actually telling the nigga how to keep his job. Because they best believe they were trying to fire that dude. Like I say, every time the police will come through the checkpoint, I'm talking every time a cop come through the checkpoint, they stop and they be looking at this nigga. And everybody be like, man, this nigga done something. Like the police know this fool. He didn't either shot somebody. They done dealt with this nigga coming through. It had to be something. And even with the airlines didn't, because he used to be on the detail. Oh, cushiony ass detail. They took him off because passengers were scared of this nigga. It was just his demeanor. He just had a stupid ass street corner ass mentality and shit with a job. This nigga, a street nigga that got a job. I don't know if his parents forced the nigga to get a job. I would never understand that shit to this day of how this nigga was working because he didn't act like he wanted the Beatles. Almost like this nigga was forced to fucking work or something. That nigga didn't want to socialize with nobody, didn't want to work. He didn't want to do his job, and the supervisors wouldn't tell the nigga. I'll be the only nigga telling that nigga because I knew they was watching him. Like, man, like, hey, homie, you need to do this and do that. Like, man, they watch you. Nigga, you ain't the boss. But like Cuz says, don't you have to do all kind of security exams to get on with shit? Now, when I started, that shit was, man, them niggas just in there because the company who did our training, the Congress ended up calling them on. I forgot. I had to look at my documents. The niggas who did our training, they was just passing niggas through. They wasn't doing no real screening because they was hiring a bunch of the other people from the old from the old companies who they were claiming were being a bunch of people with felony records that were being hired on. They didn't really do background checks. They're hiring the same people. When TSA started, they were firing niggas for stealing. These niggas was going through passengers' bags, stealing shit, getting caught on camera, taking shit. Like they hired the same felons that they were trying to blame for what caused 9/11, which Bush and them caused the shit. And the Golden GJ says, y'all was squabbling in the middle of the baggage claim, and we squabbling right on the terminal. We're squabbling right in our terminal where you come through before you go catch your plane. Man, that nigga there getting down. That's why I used to watch when I always say Niecy Nash, mom was my supervisor, the actress. Niecy Nash, oh boy, punched his mom, punched her mom and shit. He sure ain't land a punch on me, but he socked the shit out of her old ass. And then Bougie Barry says, I heard TSA says was getting at least 20. Says, but you should look at TSA jobs now. Says if you're still looking for work. Says they get paid up to 30 an hour now. Damn, them niggas in there making dough now. They wasn't doing none of that shit back when I started. And then Go Young DJ says, they writing so fucked up. Says it got you sounding retarded. Says when you read it. Yeah, them motherfuckers can't write for shit, man. And then Picasso in there rolling, Velocity Cuts rolling. Bougie Barbie says the Velocity Cuts says not sure about TSA says, but for the government says I had to I have to get a bunch of checks and so I have to get a bunch of checks and screening says and everything. But yeah, when I worked for TSA, that's why I should be like, man, how is this a federal job? Like that training was trash, but it was like a 7-day training that was be like all day. It was an all-day training. It was fun and all that other shit, but it was pointless. It was just like, this is what you gotta do to be a federal worker. Like, what the fuck? Like, none of that shit made sense. We getting federal benefits, but it was a dumbass job. It was just like these niggas I'm be working with. Like, then these niggas ain't nothing federal. That's why I ran into some of my old Mexican homegirls. These girls thought I was dead. I remember I was on a bus one day in the work. These are my homegirls since junior high. The one girl I ended up not liking, that bitch changed so much. I think she started doing meth. She got with some other dude who's just an older boy. He's like one of the most black Southsider ass acting dudes. And even her demeanor, she was just like a piece of shit. I used to even have to go off on her. Like, fuck you, bitch. But I remember the one day when they seen me and we had changed so much. I remember I'm riding the bus and a girl on there, I just hear her crying. I'm like, what the hell? I look back like, man, why this girl crying? Like she in there TSA shit. And then she just in her boo shoe crying. And she was like, is that little Reggie? I was like, little Reggie, like what the fuck? It ended up being a homegirl. Elizabeth was the other one. And then the homegirl, Vanessa was her name. And them girls was like crying. They thought I died when I went off to the army and shit. The girl thought I died. She seen me on that bus. I don't know, maybe somebody spread a rumor I died in the army and shit. That girl on there crying her ass up. But the other girl, Elizabeth, she changed some. I think she was doing meth or something. But she used to act like a piece of shit. You know how some of them piece of shit chola chicks just get overboard. They get with a dude and be acting all this and that. Like I even used to threaten to fight her dude. Like I'll beat your motherfucking ass, dude. Because I always felt like, man, this is why this girl acting like a piece of shit. Like y'all out here doing drugs. Y'all doing something strange and shit. Gojan DJ says that's some ghetto LA shit. Says fighting in the airport. Says y'all get arrested. Hell no, I got fired. Them niggas is thanking me all that shit for beating that nigga up. And the lady was like, the head manager lady, she walked in, thank you. And she was like, I was like, man, am I fired? Because that's one thing they told us in training. They got zero tolerance for violence. Zero tolerance. And I remember being the nigga in class asking, it was like, what if a passenger attack you? Zero tolerance. And I ended up being the one nigga that ended up fucking getting fired over fighting this shit. And then so she was like, no, she was like, you good. You can come in tomorrow. I brought my ass all the way down there and shit. As soon as I start work, they coming up to me. It's like, nah, you gotta go down to the main office on Century. They made also Century. I had to get off work, hop on that shuttle bus and drive over there. Lady was letting me go. She was ready to fire my and then I told her, it was like, man, I said, man, do I gotta say, because I never want that shit on my work record. I said, I don't even know if that work record shit is true anyway. That was my first fucking actual civilian job. I'm like, damn, do I said, why can't I just resign? I said, y'all gotta fire me. I said, I'm like, man, and it was almost like me signing that shit with the Army about doing the 3 years instead of 4. I asked that lady, it was like, damn, like I can't just resign. I said, I'm about to leave to go to Florida. I was going to Daytona Beach anyway to start that the university shit I ended up graduating from. I was like, I'm about to leave. I was about to leave or transfer, see if I can transfer anyway and leave. I said, man, I ain't the one that started that shit. I said, that dude big as hell. Ain't no way I'm about to let nobody that damn big swing on me and I don't defend myself. And then she was like, the white lady was like, because I had so many people defending me. I had that manager, supervisors, lead, other people writing letters defending me. She was like, you know what? And I was like, I said, you seen the video? I said, you can watch the video. I said, you don't see me swinging on him. He swung at me. He bumped me and did all this other shit. And this and that. That white lady was like, yeah, she was like, you know what? She ended up bringing another document. It was a letter of resignation. That lady let me write some shit out. And about whoop, I'm resigning, boom, that shit turned over. Then into a resignation versus her firing me and shit. I remember that shit like a motherfucker. And that's how I got out of that shit. But I enjoyed beating that nigga the fuck up. And then it dispelled all that shit from all them coward ass people was afraid of this dude. And then Bougie Barbie said, but I used to get fired from a lot of jobs. I used to be threatening to beat managers' asses, beat up supervisors, all that shit. Nigga, I used to be like, I ain't gonna never keep a fucking job. I used to really feel I got fired down there for every job I done fucking had. They got a crazy work history. I got a crazy work history, man. And I always was a cool dude. I was never no hard-headed, ignorant acting motherfucker. It just being around, you deal with bitch ass people in life who I just feel like you just gotta check these motherfuckers. Always bitch ass people fucking up shit. Like in all the stories I tell, the jobs I lost, I ain't the one at fault. It's these bitch ass people they bring into these fucking jobs and put in positions. It's always them. Bougie Barbie says, look into it. Says, no, I like the job I'm at now. I ain't about to go nowhere. Says, might be real money. Says, you can have TSP savings. I still got that TSP savings plan shit. I think I got the account. I don't know the login for that shit. That was the name of that shit, the TSP. That's what it was. And then I ought to look in that shit, see I got money in that shit. Or would they tell you? They'll probably tell you if you did. And then Go Young DJ says, I know y'all was letting all the drugs get through. Man, they probably was. Though they busted a dude. I seen a dude get busted with drugs. It was a biker motherfucker. He get busted with cocaine, but the crazy shit, they let this nigga still fly and shit. That nigga still end up flying this shit. And then in the velocity, he could have been an informant. Who know what the fuck he was? He probably was undercover because it made no sense to us that when they found drugs on him, that he ended up still flying. That shit made zero sense to me. And the velocity says, Niecy Nash says got a 101 pair of Jordan 6s. Says I need those, homie. They gave Niecy Nash a shoe. Like what? That shit wild. But yeah, what's her mom name? Her mom name was. Damn, what's her mom name? Her mom name was. What was her mom name? Margaret. That was her name. Her mom named Margaret. That's her mom. Her mom named Margaret. Man, nigga socked her mom in the head. That nigga there swinging, punch drunk, try to swing at me. And she come run her ass over there, break us up, get socked. Because nobody knew it was fight. It was a white dude. There was a white dude in the terminal who's going through checkpoint. He happened to look over and said, a fight, they're fighting. Everybody come running over there, but we in there getting busy, nigga, throwing bows. And the velocity cuss says, okay, Bougie says, one of my relatives says had to take hella computer X-ray exams for TSA. And then velocity cuss says, you graduated from college? Yeah, I got a master's degree, fucking in business. I was trying to go. I went to aeronautics school, wanted to be a pilot, but the terrorists fucked aviation up. And then I'm one Reggie Hater says after the fight says you was scared to go to that parking lot, laugh out loud. Nigga, I immediately got on that bus and stood out there. Cool. I knew he had to come to the parking lot. He didn't come to that motherfucker, but the chick I was fucking with, she ended up having her car stolen. I believe that nigga stole that shit. Think he probably used to stalk her ass because everybody used to like that little bitch I was fucking with. I don't even know how that bitch liked me. I guess she used to love the way I should talk at work. And then Go Your DJ says, why did y'all get into it? Because he was a bitch. He didn't like when I used to be correcting that nigga on shit. Like, hey man, you got to do this, man. You got to have them people take their computers out. And then they one day get mad because he didn't like the way I was just always like clown. I was always just social. Every day I'm at work, nigga, I make work fun. Like I'll be on here clown. I'm at work bagging on passengers. I'm in there clowning, making fun and shit. And we gonna work 8 hours. We gonna have fun. I always been like that at work. That's why jobs, if I left a job, they be shocked. Like I thought you liked it, man. Fuck you. I ain't like you. But I always made jobs fun and shit. And be clowning and shit. And so that nigga didn't like that shit because he was a nigga who just didn't want to socialize. He didn't even, like I said, I don't know, he was being forced to work or what the fuck. How did this nigga have a job or some shit? And maybe it was part of his parole or some shit to go work. And so that nigga didn't like that shit. And then when I be like, hey man, have them take their laptops out because they don't take the laptops, you gotta do that IED test shit. And then that nigga one day, because he kept doing that shit. And I'm like, hey man, tell them to take them laptops out. Because then I think he was intentionally doing that shit. He said, nigga, you ain't the supervisor, nigga. He's some shit like that. Think you the boss or something. And I had to tell that nigga like over the thing, not to make I ain't no scene making ass dude. I said, nah, nigga, I'm helping you keep your job, you fucking dummy. And then I walk over to go fucking scan the computer he didn't have to take out. And so I think in his mind, he always had that shit from how I came at him because everybody was scared of him. And one of the sorry ass leads seen that shit, the little white dude, it was a white dude, Gary, I think that nigga name was. His scary ass see that shit. And then now all of a sudden, from that moment when I do that shit, they got me in rotation where I'm going behind him and shit. Because they know I'll be the only one to tell him, oh, do this and that. So then on the week before this shit, I'm in rotation with that nigga. Now I go decide where people come through from where he at. I'm at the end where the rotations would be at the end where the bags come out the x-ray. You rotate out to where the person who at the beginning of the entrance where you take your shit off, take any electronics out, metals, put them in the bins. I rotate him out. He go to the x-ray machine. So they was keeping us on that loop. So when I get into the incident over that computer shit, maybe like 2 weeks, maybe a month go by or some shit. It probably was even within the 2 weeks. I'm tapping the nigga out so he can get ready to go to x-ray, but he can't just leave. You got to go in this person tap you out, move because you can't leave certain things without a person there. I tap him out, then he moved to tap the x-ray out. So when he going around, I'm helping these ladies, nigga bump me. Like instead of walking around, because I'm telling ladies, all right, take your shoes out, nigga just boom. Like nigga, in front of the ladies looking and shit. And I'm like, hey, homie, go around. The nigga said, nigga, move. I said, homie, go around me. He said, nigga, I said move. In front of these people and shit. I'm like, man, this ignorant ass nigga. So he trying to push me, like walk through me. I grab this big ass nigga. Like we lock up in arms and shit. When I do that shit, I can tell he ain't used to this shit. Nobody stand up to him. So we locked up. I feel his hands doing this shit. I feel him doing a little shaking. And when I see that shit, I look over and see the ladies looking at me. I really pay attention to the black lady. She traveling with the two other white ladies like on some business shit. I look at her and I was like, I just moved out. I said, go ahead, man. Go ahead. You can go on by. When he get to the other side of the table before he walking through the x-ray machine, he like, nigga, next time I tell you to move, you better move. I said, hey, homie. I said, ain't nobody worried about you. And I do this shit with my hands. I said, we know what it is. All that shaking he was doing when I grabbed him and shit. Probably within that week, it probably wasn't even a week. Nigga, whatever it was, a week or some shit. We going on this last day of mine. This how I knew this nigga was a bitch. And this is why I want I think I broke his nose. And I had to get off on this fool, especially when we was tussling. I knew I couldn't wrestle with the nigga. Even though I was like getting advantages, just shifting his weight on him, I couldn't wrestle that nigga. He was too big and strong and shit. But once soon as he threw that first punch and I seen he was slow, couldn't really get down like that, I said, I'm about to beat this nigga the fuck up. And so we on that last break, we got like an hour left in our work schedule. We could have hopped on the shuttle bus, went to the employee parking lot and fought. But then he want to be on this ignorant shit. We on our final break. We get this late ass fucking break. Like I said, we gonna have like an hour left to work. Go on our last break. They tap me out late because I'm at the exit lane. You can't leave the exit lanes open unless the airport is shut down. Somebody come through the exit lane. They call that a breach. If some passengers departing off the flights, they got to go out that way. Somebody come back through there. It's a breach. Only undercover cops and air marshals come through this thing, but they got to show a badge. So I can't leave. They find somebody late to fucking tap me out. And so this fool, he over there. So I ain't even tripping. He in the little small area we got back there. We keep our bag. So I'm like, when the person finally get over to come get me, they already went on their break. He just chilling. I guess he waiting for when we come back, he gonna fight me back there or something. So I see that fool after I get tapped out, he's still back there fucking taking his time. And in my mind, when I see that fool over there, I said, I'm gonna let this nigga go. I said, I ain't about to go back. I said, I already know what time this stupid nigga on. So that nigga still taking his time, acting like he looking for something. And I said, man, fuck that. That nigga digging into my fucking final break. I start walking back then the little area, they got a little partition thing and it closed the area off where we got all our shit to scatter back there. So as I go walking back there, that's when that nigga started acting like he found what he had. And now he walking on by and he pulled that same shit. Like, nigga, move. I said, hey man, I said, man, you got enough room. You can walk on by over there. He said, nigga, I said move. And then that's when we go and tussling this shit. We tussling. I'm trying to turn this nigga, turn his weight. And I see that conveyor. I try to flip him over that bitch. He ended up bouncing himself, pushed me against the wall and shit. They got his forearms in my throat on the wall and shit. I'm lucky I'm able to kick push off that shit. And now we square up. We got space. I'm off the wall and shit. We squaring up, and that nigga try to throw a punch. Then they look at that nigga, and I do faint at his ass. That nigga do some old coward ass shit. Don't know what he doing. Flinch type shit. Now Dolphin. Pow! Pow! Nigga, that nigga go to fucking doing this shit. I'm catching him in them spots to make the nigga dizzy. That nigga in there doing all this shit. And telling this back when I was still on my army program, working out and all that shit. He doing all this other shit. I uppercut that nigga. Boom, nigga, with his head, because he fighting with his head down like this. So his face parallel to the ground. So I just, nigga, right on that nose, that nigga staggered back. He do like this shit. And then that's when fucking my lead come over there. The little bitch who was working, because they always got a police officer on the fucking checkpoint. She come running over there, telling me, barking for me to go over in the office and shit. And then the lady, Margaret, come walking over, Niecy Nash mom. And why this nigga doing all this shit is swinging wild. He's soccer in the head and shit. So I like, but I was taught of this nigga and all that shit. He up there acting like he trying to break loose to get to me. I'm doing this shit. The police bitch in there yelling at me. It was a bitch and then a dude. She was an LAPD cop. Then they had an airport police cop. They in there telling me getting in there. They acting like I'm the aggressor. And fucking, they call all the cops down there and shit. And everybody in there looking like, oh shit, that nigga beat Keenan ass. And I said the nigga name. He beat that nigga up. And the Bougie Bari says, what kind of work do you do now? I work with singers and shit. And then Go Young DJ says, since I heard Nipsey mom says work for the airport police department. It's possible. It's a lot, because even work with the police department ain't always cops. The police department's filled with administrative people. So it's possible she ain't a cop on the beat. She can be somewhere in administrative shit. And then number one Reggie hater says, I'm telling y'all, I said Reggie thought he was a company man. No, I never thought I was a company man. I was a nigga that worked with the people and shit. I work with my co-workers. As long as you cool, I work with you. And the velocity cuts. Because there's other nigga I'm about to beat up. This is a nigga who DMX went off on. That was the first time I used to think the way I see DMX talk on TV and in the music, I used to think that shit was fake. I didn't know that nigga was really like that. Nigga went off on this. It was to be this Asian dude, because he went off on a fat white dude. It'd be niggas used to take that TSA shit to their head like we was cops. And I used to trip on these niggas. Those are niggas I used to think I was gonna fight. The niggas used to act like they was cops and treat passengers all fucked up, try to do shit to where they couldn't fly and think they can ban people, because that's when they was really on that terrorist shit. And you can tell people you ain't flying and all that other shit. So it was a one dude, that nigga DMX, forgot what he did. He had whatever movie he came out with. He had did some other movie and shit. That nigga coming through the airport, and of course all the little bitches in there doing groupie shit. He go through the x-ray machine, check his shit in. You're not supposed to go back out of it. So he go back out to give somebody something that he came up to the airport with. And he went back in there. The dude come over there going off on him and saying some shit like on some old, like one of them old bitch ass, how the LAPD cops, the more bad police cops and shit that be fucking people. He acting like that. And he came out the nigga DMX sideways. And nigga said, yo, B, It's something I'll fuck your fat. And I'm looking like, oh, this nigga really do talk like that, man. They went off on that dude. And then they got his ass banned from the fucking from traveling that shit. He really flipped off on that dude. Lysica says you was the first to graduate college in the says in the fam. No, I don't think I was. I think it's definitely more college graduates than me. And then the number one Reggie hated says, and Pecker Woods had Reggie thinking he was a man, thinking he was the man. And I ain't never felt below no white person. Even white folks who were like in they can be the CEO and all that shit. You ain't about to treat me like you above me. That's like that one job where I was about to fight one of them white he's either manager or supervisor. I used to bump them motherfuckers because they had these paths where we walk in the little warehouse because forklifts moves, and if it's a bunch of them come walking in, they walk blocking the lane, I'll cut right through these motherfuckers. Like, I ain't moving around you. You niggas better line up in a fucking in a formation behind each other. Niggas in here walking, flanking each other, pushing this old you the top dog shit. Them niggas a term look at me, I look back at them like, nigga, you know what you supposed to be doing. Nigga, y'all niggas better get in behind each other. I walk right through these motherfuckers. Going DJ says that's funny as fuck. I used to do a lot of not ignorant shit. I used to do a lot of just revolutionary shit, like on some political minded ass shit. That's always what I was on. I was never on that game banger ass shit. And then Vlasica says program time, homie. And then and he says done what Reggie Hayes said. Reggie says really was beefing with the guy, says because he was 99 Mafia. Never on no game banger shit. Never on game banger shit. I was always in the shit that where I thought people didn't represent black people rightfully, and to be ignorant. I hated that shit. I've always hated that shit. Like I said, as a kid, I always wanted to be on some Black Panther shit. I never was on gang banger shit. I always looked up to gang members and shit, but I never viewed the gang members from the standpoint of what you see today with these motherfuckers. Lysica says work with seniors, says like Brian Norman Senior says I thought you was a social worker. No, I do almost like it's kind of like social work, but it's like people like not no convalescent shit. It's just people are older. And Lysica says I thought you was out there helping kids and shit. I would help kids. I can't work around young people, parents. I can't work around the parents of younger motherfuckers. I just cannot, man. I cannot do that shit. These parents ain't shit. And then Go Young DJ says he got fired, says he got fired too, right? Oh, hell yeah, they fired that nigga that night. I got fired the next day when I tried to come into work. No, they fired that nigga on the spot. He was doing too much. Acting like he chasing after me and all this other shit. And then Go Young DJ says, what celebrities you seen come through there, man? And I'm out of here after this one. Ashanti used to come through that motherfucker. Back in this, like I said, this is 2002, so she was just blowing up. Ashanti used to come through that mug. Her mama used to be on this one older fool I used to work with. Her mom used to be, I don't know if that nigga ever smashed or not. Maya used to come through there. I used to try to get at Maya. Maya hit me with I look like her cousin or some shit. I used to holler at Maya. And then I see Redman. Anytime I used to see Maya, Redman will always be coming through the airport. So I don't know if they was fucking with each other or not. I see Redman. Holly Berry came through that motherfucker. Jesse Jackson. That's why I said the white girl thought Jesse Jackson was a wrestler because how big he was. This white girl didn't know nothing about him. We looking like, you stupid bitch. Beyonce used to come through that mug. This is before she was fucking with Jay-Z. Beyonce. All type of motherfuckers used to come through there. It's like Terminal 7 because it's a United Terminal. United Terminal had all the celebrities come through there. It's probably a lot more fans. Those are the ones I used to remember. I used to always see Maya. Maya used to come through there. Not the girl I used to fuck with used to think she used to look like Maya and shit. But I used to, I used to always get at Maya because I see Maya come through. I said, "What's up, baby?" I said, "What's up, Maya?" Like, so you gonna let me call? I used to always holler at Maya. Then she start being cool. She'd come through and we'll be talking. And then you watch people act jealous and shit, seeing her having a conversation with me and shit. Like she was always cool. It's just regular, down to earth, cool as fuck. But the other ones, I just see them come through. DMX came through, like I say, he was banging on the one worker I worked with because that nigga act like a piece of shit. It was probably a bunch of white actresses and actors. I just don't be knowing them. Like I say, you see me naming just the black ones. The other ones I just wouldn't know. It's probably white actors and actresses coming through. But I just naming the black ones. But United Terminal 7 was where all the celebrities came through that mug. But that's all I got, folks. I'm out of this joint. Catch y'all on the next one, man. Peace. Yeah, United was a shit. United where all the high-end business traveling motherfuckers come through. But I'm out. Peace.